In a world where content is limitless, two dudes forge an unbreakable bond to become a part of something larger than themselves by creating a podcast unlike nothing the world has ever heard. Time is running out, and all hope will soon be lost. Their content could hold the key to fight against the darkness. No matter how many podcasts the people have listened to, they haven't heard us. Not Us United. The ground rules have been set.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jake.
I'm Jake, and I am here.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm very glad I'm here. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe 20... How are you, 27? 28?
Yeah, something like that.
20-some years in the making.
20-some years in the making. You're
Yeah.
finally here. Thanks for making time out of your busy
This
20
podcast is 20-something years old as well.
23, 24 Marvel cinematic movies later.
Yep, a lot of those. And we know you've probably been on other podcasts, but you haven't been on one with us. Not Us United.
Not Us
Not us.
United.
Bada bing, bada boom. Had to get it out there.
All right, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week.
You're welcome.
That's
God bless
all.
you. Thanks
That's
for
all the
tuning
time
in.
I have today.
But we invited you here for a specific reason, and that is for the popular hit. The people are clamoring for it. We're doing it again. The monthly movie draft
Yes.
That's right.
for 2018.
28.
Here's the rules. There's 4 genres, 5 picks. You got action, you got comedy, you got drama, you got horror, and then a few little subgenres in those that can mix, and then you got a wild card.
Wild card.
However, where things are going to get a little different is all 3 of us will be competing. So every pick is that much
That is
more
15 movies
essential.
as opposed to 10 last time.
I'm also interested to see, because the movies, so we all kind of, and I figured I wouldn't be the only one. We all kind of have our notebooks with some
Oh, wait.
absolutely.
some notes written down.
Mine's been showing out.
This is a note/doodle book, so I have some notes.
Your notebooks are far better than mine. I got a big old
He's got a
99-cent
I have
notebook.
doodles.
Yeah,
I have
ooh.
actual notes. So there's a lot.
Yours is good.
But the where was I going with this?
But the movie draft.
I'm interested to see if, because I have a lot of these would be considered maybe popular movies of 2018. I'm interested to see if there's one I didn't put on. See if maybe if I missed an indie movie that I don't know about, or one I'm just forgetting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too, because we do want to ultimately pick who we think the audience would vote on.
Yes.
But there are some that are maybe just so good in our opinion that we're like, you know what? I don't care what the audience will say. I'm diving on this bomb.
Yeah.
Like most of us in this room and world do not agree with the last Airbender live action movie.
Amen.
But there might be one guy out there. You
He's
know
like,
what?
this
M. Night
deserves-
Shyamalan got this one right.
Yeah. I hate all of his other movies, but ask Airbender. Well, I think we need to know. Have you listened to the last
Which one was the
2019 movie?
Oh, yeah.
I need to know. Who would you pick?
Whose team?
Do we need a refresher?
Yeah, I need it. I mean, like, because
Go
I've
with your
been
picks.
I've been able to keep up with them more. So, because the last one you did was, it was like you didn't review one specific thing last week.
Last
right?
week
It
was like movie preview.
Movie
preview.
Yeah.
The one before that I think was
Fear Street.
Fear Street. I was called
Yes.
Fright Night.
He
Fear
did.
Street.
This guy watched all of Fear Street, so
Let's go.
he's
Yeah,
faithful.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Just like Nate.
Okay, so my team was Avengers Endgame, and that's all you need to worry about. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, pretty much.
Okay,
For
so I
action.
had Avengers Endgame. I had The Joker. I had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Trash.
Whatever. I had. What else did I have?
You had geez, what else did you?
What was my
Because
horror
Com-
film?
your horror film was Us.
Us. Jordan Peele's Us.
your horror is us?
Yes.
It was Nick's?
Mhm.
Nick's was Us.
And then I think my wild card was Joker. So then so I have a comedy.
comedy. Did you watch
My comedy was
Oh my goodness.
2019 comedy was. I don't have these jotted down.
Me neither.
Let me do a quick Google check.
Oh wait, no, that's not the. That's the 2019 list that I was looking at.
This
I
is
almost
some
picked
hot podcasting right here.
Let me.
I almost picked Midsommar.
We're not.
but I got
We're not.
scared.
We are not journalists. We don't. We do not.
Oh, this looks like it. I chose.
It wasn't The Gentleman, was it?
Oh, it was The Gentleman.
Oh,
yeah,
The
it was
Is
Gentleman.
that
Yeah,
okay?
Gentleman.
I'd say-
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a comedy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it was a
comedy.
comedy.
Yeah.
I feel good about that.
That okay. That's a good.
Did you see that one?
No, yeah, I saw that.
He's like,
one.
I don't even want to listen.
I
to
should have
what your team is
no. I
'cause
should have
had
remembered that one though, because that
Gentleman Endgame.
that actually answers my question I asked before about genres, because that's like almost right down the middle of like
half
comedy,
Well, yeah, half drama.
drama.
A little
I
bit
mean,
action.
it's like I would call it like a crime movie.
Yeah.
So like almost like comedy crime.
Yeah. So there's
like,
some
you
that we're
could
a little
consider,
lenient on.
You could consider crime in the drama.
Gentleman, yeah, could have technically gone there. It's just a little sensational that it kind of made sense to be a comedy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So Endgame, Us.
yes.
Yeah, and then I'm just putting notes in here.
Basically, you're saying check.
Check. Nick,
Check,
Nick
check.
is the goat.
And then
I had 1917.
yes.
I had Marriage Story.
Ooh.
I had Parasite.
Oh.
Yeah,
I-
Parasite. that was the main.
That was
Hold
the
on. Keep going.
I had oh boy,
You had
I'm so blank right now.
your comedy
my-
was Knives Out.
Knives Out, and then I
Oh.
had Midsommar as my horror.
Midsommar.
Okay.
That was my 5. So have you seen Midsommar?
No.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
ever watch
fine.
But,
Unless you want to crap your
Okay,
pants.
so wait, which one was your wild card?
My wild card was
Might have been 1970.
it was Marriage Story because it went up
Marriage
against
Story.
Joker.
Oh. And then
My drama was Parasite, and yours was
drama was Parasite.
My drama was
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time. Yeah.
And then Knives Out comedy.
Comedy
did-
against Gentlemen.
Okay.
Ooh. We might have them divided a little bit.
I know.
'cause
He said "ooh" a few times to
Yeah.
mine. Oh,
Well, the thing is, because it's almost right down the middle, because I haven't seen Once Upon a Time.
Got it.
surprisingly.
good. That's fine.
I didn't see Marriage Story.
Oh, good. That's fine.
Get out of here.
I already know I'm gonna.
No, not
cry.
that it's fine that he didn't watch
And
it. But it's
then-
like perfect for me. that he
Mid-
didn't watch
know,
it.
I know.
And I also, and then I haven't seen Midsommar.
Oh,
this one is very, very tough.
tight.
I actually like.
Yeah, your 2 movies that were amazing are so good that could it beat out the 5 that he's
Endgame.
actually
That
seen
one,
on
yeah.
mine.
that one might be. I mean, even just with like how good I know the movies are good, because of just like the reviews, the awards.
Right.
I might have to legit give it a tie, because
Hey,
I'll
because
take it.
I'll take that.
if anything, I think it's because Endgame and Parasite are probably two
knockouts.
Just
two
absolute
knockouts.
bangers.
Yeah.
like I love Knives Out. Us is horrifying. Don't ever see that. Want to see that again.
We complement each other well.
Yeah.
1917 is probably like one of my favorite shot movies ever.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's very good.
I think
Yeah. Gentleman is.
Mamma Mia.
It was so. Yeah. It was
He did the Italian thing. He did the arm.
I've been using that emoji way more now because it exists.
Our group's been doing that too. Whenever we've been like saying who's cooking meals tonight, there will be somebody who does Mamma Mia.
Mamma
It's
Mia.
like, gosh dang it, whoever figured this out, phenomenal.
All we need next is like a little. We need one that is upside down,
like
so
salt.
Oh,
and then
yes.
like some like salt and some like
Yeah.
seasoning emojis,
yeah.
so we
Ooh.
can
Like
love it.
I think the next step is like gifs and emojis.
right
Where it
And,
kinda
like, it-
moves
like, it
just
kinda
little
moves
bit.
a little
That
bit.
because
makes
they
sense.
they have those in like they have like
On
them-
Discord and stuff, they got like
Discord and sometimes on Snap and like Instagram
Yeah.
you can like make them, but if I could have them all on my phone,
True. Mamma Mia.
it'd be nice.
Jeff Bezos, call us up.
Come on, Jeff, get them.
Come on,
Come on,
Jeff.
get him.
Okay, a tie is fair because I feel like Endgame was definitely like it was
And
undisputed.
It's a baller shot
And you
caller.
and it's a what?
It's a baller shot caller. I mean, come on.
Where did this come from? Oh, it's a baller shot guy. Are you Little Caesars?
Sorry, yeah. Little Caesars, always hot and ready.
Pizza,
Let's
pizza.
go.
Hot tea. Cool. Well, that gives us a good thing. Do we want to explain what we were doing in 2018. Maybe give us a little background of yourself. This is your first time on our podcast.
2018. That's
Wild year.
That's a wild year.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what happens in the back half of 2018. Because the front half is the front
half was crazy.
The front half. The front half
remember
is the front half is my final semester in college
Yes.
at don't hate me here, Iowa State University.
Yeah, no hate, because you're not there anymore.
I'm not there anymore. Great.
in your past.
It's a great school. The Hawkeye blood runs through my veins.
Good.
Amen.
That's why you're here.
But let me start over.
Went to this shitty college. Got it.
I was
right.
I was a
Good year for
design
one.
student, and in college, you're up late from the crack of dawn till the next
Designing.
crack of dawn, and I'd be in the College of Design from like 9 till like 3 a.m.
Oh, nice.
Walk back to my apartment. So that was a cold winter. I remember that much. But we had Black Panther to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Rest
A lot
in
of
peace.
Marvel
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
He bumped it.
Then we had I almost said Endgame, Infinity War.
Close enough.
What else
Was
did
this
we...
the first year that we had 3 Marvel movies? I can't
We
remember.
had the Spider-Man. Was this?
Because this was also Spider-Man Homecoming.
And
Right?
Not in 2018.
No.
No, we had Into the Spider-Verse came out
Oh,
that year,
It was
right?
Captain Marvel this year.
No, Captain Marvel was the
Oh,
beginning
I think that
of
was only
2019.
It was Ant-Man and the...
So
no.
20...
Yeah, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, no,
That was
yeah,
the
yeah.
first thing.
Because that came in the
Yeah.
fall.
Dang it. Oh, man, do I feel bad.
No, I think this was the first time we had 3 Marvel movies
Yeah, it
in
was.
a summer.
'Cause
Or
it-
in a year.
Then the next year would have done the same thing with Captain Marvel, Endgame, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And then a long hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
And
gonna
almost
kill
as bad. I mean, it would have been better if we never had this pandemic. But
Right.
it might have worked out in their favor because
I think it built hype.
it built hype, and it was like
Nice reset.
any little air bubbles or nooks and crannies you had to knock out. It was just
It's true.
yeah.
They
It's
were able
working
to
out.
kind of swing and hit a home run right at the start because they had 3 shows and a movie out at the same time.
They like supply and demand. They took away the supply, so the demand
Yep.
increased.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
That
We
definitely
were-
for me, like I felt pretty much a burnout after Endgame. I was like, this is the height.
And
This is pretty
It was a
high.
And
natural.
That's the other thing about it too, is like, all right, our high was, I mean, it's still going.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's still going, but
Yeah.
like now it's probably coming down a little bit. But now we've had our breathing room, and it's like, all right, let's just restart.
Yep.
I beat the Pokemon League. I'm gonna now it's time to try it with Squirtle.
Yeah, okay.
There you
I
go.
love the reference. Perfect. No, I agree. It was a natural break that kind of led to natural hype. But for me personally, with the MCU, because we're gonna obviously talk about it, I would assume tonight. But it's I've had my cake. From this point on, it's all icing on the cake
Yeah.
for me. It's
I've-
like,
I've
sure,
heard
if
you
you want
say
to
that.
add more on, great. But like, it's helped me go in with so much lower expectations because I was like, this can only fail at this point.
Right.
Like, I mean, hopefully we'll succeed, but it's like, how long until it fails?
We've had 20 plus movies
Yeah.
to enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so,
and then I didn't know how the shows were gonna go, and they really like. I mean, there's
they're dope.
back
They're
and
solid.
forth. There's back and forth. Like WandaVision was good, WandaVision was bad.
Yeah.
Same thing with others, but they've been right up there with all the like. They're better than some of the movies.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
I
yes,
think
agreed.
you can.
But I am
argue that,
surprised how
but-
many people have like, this is the best show, this is the worst show, and people just flip that and go, I think it's
Yeah.
the opposite. You know,
Well,
like,
they got.
they're
I think
really
they
hitting.
they each got better. Like along the way, I think
Mm-hmm.
Loki might be one of the best things they've ever done.
Loki was very good.
Loki was fire. I won't say anything about
Yeah,
it
that's
because it's fresh and people still need to
I
see
don't
it.
want to spoil
Yeah,
anything.
I don't even know if Tyler's seen the whole thing.
Oh, that's true.
Dang.
That's why I only send stuff to you and Griff about that.
It's perfect. Awesome.
Nice. Well, what were you doing in 2018?
What was I doing in 2018? I got a new job the week
Nice.
before Infinity War came out.
Yeah.
And so
Just
we
a good week.
It was perfect. We celebrated by getting a new board game,
Which one?
the Infinity War
Oh,
board
okay.
game.
What else are you going to do? The synergy?
Got a new job, and then went and saw that because opening night, which was crazy. Because because we'll get into that when we talk about it. But that was wild. Was that the same? No, I had just bought my first house the previous year.
Okay.
That fall, and so we had just moved in and gotten that all sorted out. Other than that, it's pretty chill year.
Nice.
Pretty chill year. What about you?
You
weren't here.
I wasn't here.
Oh.
Mine was the back half of 2018 is when I graduated college.
Nice.
But during the summer of 2018, I took a trip out to here, where I currently live. For not great circumstances, my aunt was not in great health, but
Sure.
I came out here, and maybe I think that is when I had a little seed in my mind of like, oh, this is a place I could move.
This is a place where
And
I can
then,
do a podcast.
Yeah, 2 years later, I moved here, and then a year later, boom.
Someone unknowingly to you walked by on the street and said, "Go on, guys."
So probably, I honestly, Nick probably passed me on the street while we're walking, just podcast.
That is what I do to random people.
He was walking to say, one day I just need someone to move here from Arizona and start a podcast.
Yeah.
And I just felt it. It was like, podcast.
This probably was
like
one
a
of those
wave.
years where I was like, Kate, I just need to find that one friend who can just do all of the things that I kind of want to do, because I have all these projects, but I can't do them by myself.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later,
3 years later.
Mamma mia.
here we
Mamma
are.
mia.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada
The Lord
bing, bada
provides.
Hey, never would I thought that I've actually moved here, but here I am.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I'm back, and that was another thing I did in 2018. I moved back to Iowa City for a couple years. I didn't say that, but I did.
Nice.
So,
We got all the Iowa love.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, this might have also been the year where we were all like hanging out a bunch in Iowa City. in
Oh
2018.
yeah,
Once you moved back,
when we moved, when I moved back, it was, I mean,
a lot of board games, a
a lot of
pipe
board
tobacco.
games. The pipes were out.
Don't know which one was more at the point.
The
you know?
the
We were doing all sorts
sackos,
of fun things.
aka the sweaty sacks, were
Yeah,
in
that's right.
play.
That's what we call our
Dude,
family.
that was my nickname. And I
We might,
Yes, classic.
we might have gone to the Ozarks that year.
That could have been the same
I
year
think
we went to the
went
Ozarks.
to the
yeah.
Ozarks.
hear a
yeah.
lot of hype about these Ozarks.
The Ozarks.
wild.
I've only been a couple times, and
Not just where
would-
drugs are.
Oh,
according to
okay.
the
The
popular-
show.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show.
Jason Bateman.
The
you
show
know.
kind of makes them seem like they're really dark, but they're also fun.
yeah,
Exactly.
not that we found any in. The
Oh no,
Ozarks.
not that you would admit on a
That's
podcast.
Yeah,
yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly. That's perfect. Awesome.
Well,
Is it time?
I think we've built our friendship
We
enough.
have.
We've been friendly
That's
and,
true.
and nice, and now let's just rip into each
Yeah, I
other.
think these guys really just want to hear one thing:
All right.
the podcast.
yeah.
Podcast. People
I'll-
have listened for 20 minutes. We should reward them.
yeah.
Hopefully, we do a good enough job here.
Let's get some dice.
Let's get some dice. Grab them little dice,
Oh
please.
yeah.
Little baby. Do you want to explain?
Yeah, I'll do ground rules. So we're all going to 3-roll a dice. Whoever gets the highest will choose which pick they want first.
Okay.
Because you can pick first, second, or third. And because it's a snake draft, it will be first person will pick the first pick, second person will pick the second, the third person will pick the third and fourth picks, second person will pick
Fifth.
the fifth pick, the first person will pick the sixth and seventh pick. So it's going to keep going back and forth like this.
Oh, okay.
So if you're second, you'll get almost every other pick. But if you're first or third, you'll eventually have 2 back-to-back
All right.
picks. Does
You
that
guys
make
will-
sense?
Yeah. Someone, yeah. Make sure you're writing this down.
So do you have a die?
Yes.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Does it? No, it does not,
I
because
can't.
it's a 1.
I'm really scared for this, so it can be.
Are we live? We doing this?
We're here.
This is it.
We're doing it live. Oh,
I got a
lit-
5.
Okay, so
I got
5.
the exact same thing.
You got a 1. Okay, so you get to choose, and then
It's
I'll
a 5,
choose
Nick got a
second.
3.
Yep.
I got a
Jake
1.
got a 1. So as first,
Oh no!
who do you pick, Mike? Are you going to choose the first pick, the second pick, or the third and fourth pick?
I'm glad I don't
to
have
start
this
us off?
pressure.
Yeah, amen.
I really didn't think I was gonna win this die.
You won the last one too, didn't you?
No, Nick. I did. Oh my gosh,
did,
I
yeah.
did. Maybe
Really
maybe I
did.
got to go to Vegas or something. I'm gonna pick. I will defer. This is so hard.
Yeah, you can't make a good decision here.
I'm gonna defer to Nicholas and be second pick.
Okay, so
'Cause
you
you're-
are for sure second.
I will be the second pick.
Okay. So I either have to choose if I want the first pick or the third pick. I am going to get real spicy, and I'm going to go third pick. So, Jake, you get to start us off.
I knew it.
I want you two to make the first mistake, and then I'm going to capitalize on your failures.
So I'm picking the first.
The first of all first
of
picks.
all category.
And then he's going to go second, and then I will go third and fourth. And then we'll circle back. So
I pick the category.
Should have picked third.
And then do I pick what movie I want from that category?
Yes.
Yep. You're going
Okay.
to let us know what movie you pick and what genre that falls into. And then we
Okay.
can talk a little bit about the movie if you'd like.
Okay.
I should have picked third.
You're damn right you should have.
This is
You're damn right, baby. I'm sitting real good right now. I'm loving it.
I hate my
I
life.
like second, though, because I think long
It
term,
stays in
that's the right choice.
I think
First
yeah.
pick, though, third's the way to go.
there are ways to go about this.
Yeah, Jake.
There are ways
what
to
do you
go
got?
about this, and either
I'm
way,
going to pee my pants. I'm so
I think
nervous.
I'm gonna get shot on the foot no matter what, just a little bit.
100%. That's okay.
Let me look through here real quick. I gotta.
Come on, J Daddy. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is going to be really
Hold on,
intense.
yeah.
There's going to be
Yeah.
some silence. There's going to probably be sweating noises if those exist.
I can already hear the sweat. Oh man, I should have picked third. I really
You should have. Dang it!
I made it. I didn't think
The back to back, baby.
I thought of
Mamma mia.
I thought of what I would do
It's
in
gonna
every
suck for the fifth
situation.
pick, but it's going to be great for the first.
I thought of what I would do in every situation, except if I won the dice roll.
I love it. Well, you have less of a chance. I mean, there's three of us, so there's a better chance that someone else gets it than you. So
Okay.
start us off, big guy. What do you got, J Daddy? No judgment here.
We are staring at you intently. Everyone is
All
staring
right.
at you. The world is anticipating your pick, J Daddy.
J Daddy Stovepipe.
Give us the content.
I think we're gonna come in hot. Get this out of the way.
You got to.
I think it's gonna be action.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Infinity War.
You have to.
I love it.
And just in terms of box office,
Yeah. Just,
and of just box
You have
office
to.
alone,
I
this
made
is
the
one you
mistake
don't
last
have to
time.
fight too much on. Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about. I mean, box office is the box office, but like,
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
there's a lot of things in other categories. I'm like, man, I should maybe say this category because I feel like this movie is gonna get picked up right away.
Yep.
But I think with Infinity War, no matter if, I mean, I don't care too much about the like sort of critics. I respect them, like Scorsese. That's like,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
they're just roller coaster ride.
Whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But for like, as far as just movies go in general, I mean, come on.
Yeah. How many
Avengers
mouths were left open during
They
this
could
movie?
have ended it there.
Wouldn't that have been wild?
That would
It would be
awesome.
wild.
I would have loved that.
My heart would have been
honestly.
shattered forever. But man, I would be like, they
yeah.
did something here.
When T'Challa finally dusted, I mean, the people in the theater just... I
Oh,
thought I wasn't going to get out
right.
alive.
And it was
Right.
like,
Right.
they
It was
just
crazy.
They had him for like
A movie.
3 months.
A
yeah,
movie,
3 months. They had him for a few, like maybe
Civil
20.
War-ish, and then a great Black Panther film, and then it was just like, and he's gone. Everyone's like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get to it, but that ending of Infinity War is amazing.
Yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
It's
100%.
Yeah.
It's the thing I like about
You have to pick it first.
the thing I like. I mean, that I'm sure a lot of people liked about Infinity War was like, it's kind of like a Tarantino movie where it's like people are just gonna die no matter
Zero
what.
Fs.
Zero Fs.
Yep.
And that's what I thought about Rogue One, like the Star Wars movie.
yeah.
And I'm like, and obviously, spoiler alert, most everyone comes back at an Endgame.
True.
But it's like, oh, they did for this movie. They're like, Spider-Man's
the
gonna
freedom to
die.
do whatever they wanted.
Star-Lord's gonna die.
The only bittersweet thing about Infinity War is that we already knew that there was going to be a sequel, but if this was like back in like the 90s when you didn't know news-wise that there were
Yeah.
sequels being made, this would
Yeah.
have been an absolute
Chaos.
just chaos. They would be like,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You can't
Well,
do this movie.
it's-
We all knew like, Endgame's
and I
coming
bet
out.
that's why, because I mean, when the first Star Wars came out, like I think they tied it like another one might not come out,
right.
and when Empire Strikes Back came
I was
out,
like, oh, yeah.
they could have easily not made another one, but they did, and thank God. But it's like, dude, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen to Han Solo?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
exactly.
Yeah.
What's happening to Luke's
True.
arm?
The cliffhangers were actually cliffhangers back then.
Yeah,
Whereas for
yeah.
us, if you know anything, it's
You
like
would
Kevin-
hear.
Yeah, Kevin Feige shows up to Comic-Con. It's like, here's the next 16 Marvel
Right.
projects.
Yeah. That's the only bittersweet thing that
Yeah.
could have kept it. It's like if Disney just didn't have to please their stock holders, this could have been an absolute just gem.
Well, and
Like,
even then, they're like Black Panther 2 was announced, and like
yeah.
Doctor Strange
So
2
we're like,
was
how are
announced.
you going to have a
It's like-
sequel with people who are dusted?
Yeah.
Because you can't.
But
Yeah.
So-
And I went into Infinity War like not knowing much about Thanos other than maybe a little research, him showing up a couple times in either in credit scenes or the one time in
Guardians.
He's
Guardians.
yeah.
He's purple, he's big, he's coming.
He's basically Barney, but scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Barney and
But with hands.
Grimace.
Yes.
Oh,
Barney,
gosh.
Barney and Grimace. I was trying to think of his name.
Well, okay, so picture this. Josh Brolin looks a lot like my stepfather.
yeah.
And seeing my stepdad be 7 feet tall, purple, and killing every superhero that I loved was a specific type of nightmare that I would not like to ever relive ever again. So that was kind of a wild experience.
I also Josh Brolin's voice acting in it, just in general, I'm like,
Yeah.
that is terrifying. That is
He has some absolute banger quotes.
yeah. He I think he went on like Colbert one time and read Donald Trump tweets
Oh,
and
nice.
as Thanos,
As Thanos.
and I'm like, oh shit.
That's awesome.
Great pick.
All right,
Okay.
let's get
All
this.
right,
Let's keep this
what's-
going.
Yeah,
what's
keep
two?
it going.
I'm gonna go ballsy. My
Oh.
wild card pick
From the start.
is Spider-Man Into the
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
screw you.
I respect it. It was hard not to pick it because of many reasons, but
I pass. I yield my time, as
course
Nick
you did.
says.
Of course you did. That's wild card. Interesting. Okay.
that is a good wild card. I'm interested to see the rest here.
Okay, well,
Do it.
the good news is I get to
You get 2 picks.
pick 2 really good ones right off the bat.
Are we? Did you want to talk about Spider-Man, or
I think
are we gonna?
I want to talk about the movies when we like get all of them.
Oh,
together.
okay. You want to pick?
Yeah.
Oh, we could totally.
But
oh,
Infinity War, you gotta scratch that itch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might as well.
I'm gonna just go ahead and get these out of the way. I'm gonna pick my comedy pick. First pick is Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, that's a good
Absolute
one.
baller.
And also, sad.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get my horror film out of the way and go ahead and pick A Quiet Place.
Okay. Okay.
That's fine. I respect it. I deserve that. I knew it'd be.
I feel very good about
Yeah,
that.
I would.
Getting
I
those
would.
just secured. Back to you, Zavala. I yield my time. Yeah, I feel good about that. Feeling real good about that.
feel real good about that.
I'm glad you feel good about that.
Oh no.
There's nothing you can do to hurt me.
You've already won.
I feel like in some ways I might have already.
My second choice was my next choice would have been comedy to go for Crazy Rich Asians.
You
If
have
I'm
to.
honest.
You have to. Not concerned at all.
Okay, I am going to pick for drama. I'm going to pick Black Klansman.
Ooh, okay.
That
Not-
was one.
Not comedy.
That was one I was actually trying to see to prep before this because
Great movie.
I
Wild
know it.
movie.
I know it.
Could have been a comedy. I think I would have accepted
I would
it too.
accept it as well. Yeah.
Interesting. Woo!
Okay, I'm just.
Oh! I love it.
See, I also get confused with some of them because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you Google 2018 movies, like popular movies, Black
Right.
Klansman doesn't come up. Like,
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
it
it's
should.
weird. It
It's,
should.
it gets way
It's a-
unrecognized.
I guess it is kind of
It's pretty niche.
yeah. It's not going to be overly like
But I mean,
blockbuster.
Adam
marketing,
Driver,
but great
Adam
cast.
Driver's in it. That's one with
It's Adam Driver and John David Washington
Yes.
from Tenet.
Yeah.
Stellar.
Our favorite Venom portrayal ever by Topher Grace.
Yeah. Topher Grace plays a just disgustingly
I
good
heard.
character in this
Yeah,
movie.
it's true.
I
He's-
love Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know he
true.
wasn't. We won't talk about that, but I love Topher Grace.
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
70s show, come on.
All
Oh, you can't go wrong.
So Jake, you get numbers 6 and 7. Is that what picks are?
Yeah, you get two
Oh,
picks.
thank God.
So
I
you
was
get
gonna say-
back-to-back picks.
I know.
Okay.
Otherwise, first place kind of you get 2 picks now,
Yeah.
which
I get
makes
2 picks
for-
now.
Yeah.
You get the
Yes.
best movie you think,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait a long
That's
time, but
fair.
then you get 2 more picks.
That's fair. So,
I'm feeling
Okay.
better about my second choice now. I got the middle of the pack.
Dude, I've never felt this good in my entire life. I'm sitting fine.
so Nick, did you pick your drama or did you pick?
I did not.
You picked comedy.
I have comedy and horror. I have A Quiet Place
Okay,
and Crazy
yeah.
Rich
Yeah,
Asians.
that's right.
You're damn right I did. If I could have gotten Infinity War. Bada bing, bada boom. The Holy Trinity, baby.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I
fine.
came in here and just wrecked it like. a
I've been
wrecking ball.
I mean, just Rocky montage weekly. Just ready for this.
Well, there was one movie. Okay, so there was one time I went and got pizza at a local place,
Yes.
and I ran into
Need another beer while you tell the
all right.
story.
I ran into Nick and Kate
Mm-hmm.
while we are getting pizza, and they're like, "Oh, what movie are you watching?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm watching Whiplash, which is a great movie."
Yeah, yeah.
But then Nick, like later on, he said, "Is that a 2018 movie?" And like I got in his mind of like I'm already doing homework of like 20,
Oh.
and this was like literally the day after our 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And so like even though it wasn't a 2019 movie, I think that got in your mind of like this guy's
And
studying.
that's when I knew.
That's what I knew.
I'm
Quiet
on the
Pla-
hunt.
That's what I knew. Quiet Place and Crazy Rich Asians.
Yep. Oh, I dreamed of getting the 3rd pick, and boy, it is nice when dreams come true. It is. It is sweet.
This is a life.
You put
isn't
me
it?
right where I want to be, my guy. Always be 2 steps ahead and 3rd pick.
I think I've been first both these times, in selecting which way I go.
I'm
and
not
I've
going to
chosen,
make the same mistake
and
twice.
I've chosen wrong.
If I could have gotten 1917 last time, I would have just wrecked.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. All right, Jake. What do you got for us?
Okay.
Silence, please, everyone.
I think.
Also, great pick with Into the Spider-Verse, though. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that
definitely
was-
that was the second pick I felt.
It's honestly
either way.
almost. It's kind of like it was a tie between that and
And
Infinity.
and Infinity.
Yeah, Infinity.
Those are the
That's
top
fair.
2 choices,
That's
I
fair.
believe.
That was
Yeah.
like I could have almost
great
picked
superhero year.
Spider-Verse
And
in
that's
there.
it's crazy when like Black Panther is like the 3rd superhero choice because
Yeah.
it's actually a very
It
solid
actually
film.
got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it was the one
Yeah.
that, out of all
Well,
3 of
no,
them.
Spider-Verse. Yeah, Spider-Verse.
yeah,
Oh,
Spider-Verse
animated,
did,
yeah. But
Yeah.
it lost to like what
Toy
came?
Story, didn't it?
Oh no, Toy Story came out last.
I thought
the
Spider-Verse
19
won.
2019.
I think Spider-Verse won.
No, it
the-
lost to like some Pixar movie, right?
I think I was pretty upset
I think-
about it. I thought it was the
and-
Toy Story.
Was it
year.
Coco? Coco came out last.
Oh,
Wait,
maybe
what?
that's
No,
what it
was it Coco?
No, look up because I'm pretty sure Into the Spider-Verse broke Disney's streak. I think I could be totally wrong, but I think Into the Spider-Verse won
It'd be
best
2019.
best
It'd be
animated.
2019.
Oh yeah,
Not 209.
I-
They didn't have Oscars back then.
I,
209 AD. The Oscar
just-
goes to Caesar again. My guy. Anyway, you can continue your picks. We'll,
This
we'll,
is-
we'll figure out who won the. Tread very carefully.
Oh,
though,
it
'cause
did.
you
Yeah,
got-
you're right.
You've got like 5 more picks until you're next. So.
yeah. And I also like the thing with the wild card. I don't know for sure what
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Well, and it is nice to leave it at the end because then it can be any movie versus
Yeah, or have it
what
be your
the
first
genre-
pick.
or
Yeah.
have it be your first pick and just completely shoot yourself in the foot. We'll see.
no, I feel confident.
Okay,
Wait, did you?
I'm
wait.
curious of what
Oh yeah,
actually
My
yours,
wild
yeah,
card
yours
thing
was
off
wild.
on.
Yeah.
because I know what movie it's not. Interesting.
Okay, so my act.
What movie is it not?
It's not Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah? No
I know-
way.
I know for a fact it's not that. Anyway, you got it, Jake.
I think I'm gonna go drama.
Hot pot of coffee.
This is a tough one.
Silence in the audience, please.
He lines up with a shot.
Don't do it, dude. If you
He
do
shoots.
Don't do what?
I don't know. If you pick the thing I'm thinking you're gonna pick, I'm gonna be pissed. Just be gentle. He's really conflicted. Holy shit.
They're both equally. I think they're equally good movies.
Well,
You
could
pick-
pick,
be
you
two-
could,
two-
you could
two-
pick
yeah.
both the drama, and you could
Drama
just
and
have
the
one
wild
be your
card.
wild card.
Boom.
You're right.
We're experts at this,
You guys shouldn't be helping me this much. Okay, well, drama. I think for sure. It's got to be Stars Born.
Now you son of a bitch. You sassy mama.
I'm okay with that.
Really?
Who?
I think Bradley Cooper's singing voice would disagree.
Tell me something. Oh yeah, I don't want.
In the shallows.
I don't
my
want
guy.
to. I don't.
This
wanna
is
get-
my Once Upon a Hollywood of 2018.
No shit. Get the hell out of here. You're a troll. You're a troll. All right, good pick, Jake.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a pick.
I can get out of this still though. That was definitely you guys have picked my first picks for
drama.
the categories. I
Drama
think.
was the most versatile for
I
me.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go into comedy.
Bring the heat.
Go into comedy.
Ooh.
And
May I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't.
No,
Because
yeah.
then that gives
It gives
you
an
guys
idea.
Okay, go ahead. Jake's like, sure.
I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious of what you were gonna say.
I kind of want you to tell me. I love it.
I think it's Game Night.
Yep.
Oh, great movie.
Great
Night.
pick.
Yeah.
Great pick.
It was.
That was my second
I
pick.
saw
I
it
was
come
gonna-
up. I saw it come up. I honestly thought that was going to be your comedy
Mhm.
pick, and I saw it come up. I'm like, oh, that's a good one, and like
That was my prediction.
and I didn't. Yeah, like I've seen it once or twice, and then like last week I like went through like some of it again, and I was like, oh, this is really funny.
I also know what you're going to pick for horror genre. Already.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think I do too. So that means I'll be going with my third on that.
Maybe should I pick it now?
You might want to.
I could be totally blown away in it.
You don't have to worry about me.
I have two that I could pick, so I'm not going to.
Oh, interesting.
My action.
You have two besides A Quiet Place?
Yeah. My action is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh
So
yeah.
you guys are picking.
I
all
had
the
I
action.
had that on the bottom.
So great to go third, isn't it? Oh, I'm Nick. I'm right where I want to be.
I see through all of this. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Well, you better be okay right now.
I'll be fine.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm up.
You're up for two.
All right, I'm gonna get drama out of the way, and I'm gonna go with Beautiful Boy.
That was in my top 3.
On my list that I have not seen.
That's a good one. I forgot it came out.
It's got my boy Paul Atreides, Timmy Chalamet,
Oh, of course. I was like, what are you? Who? Timmy Chalamet.
and Steve Carell.
You got to get that Dune reference in, don't you?
Great little tale.
I've started.
Great
it.
little tale.
I've
True
started
story.
Dune.
Okay. So my wild card is going to be interesting. Is going to be Annihilation.
Is that's a
Natalie
Portman?
Portman,
What-
like Lovecraftian.
I did not see
crazy,
that. That was a good. That was a good one.
supernatural, Yeah.
It was garbage. Yeah, I hated it so much. I really don't like that movie, Nick.
I guess hopefully you got that third horror film that you think.
Oh, I got it right now.
What is it?
Hereditary.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one. Dang it.
I know. That was.
Were you picking Annihilation over Hereditary?
Personally, yes, but I
Yeah,
think generally.
Hereditary is probably more. Yeah.
Gen-
Wait,
yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't pick it.
Never mind.
Have you seen
I know if I wanted to pick that. maybe
Wait,
it would've
Annihilation or
either?
I've seen Hereditary.
Okay.
been-
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Actually, Mamma Mia 2 was almost one of my comedy picks.
No way.
Yeah.
Great.
But I thought I would, because of some other picks, I thought, potential spoiler, I thought I might have too many musicals or musical-ish
Mm-hmm.
movies in here, so I
Yeah.
wanted to, I was like, I love Mamma Mia 2.
All right.
I actually got better reviews
I
than the
know.
first.
Okay, I know where you're going. Okay.
So Jake,
Is it my
you now
turn?
have your final two picks.
My horror and my wild card, which now
Godspeed.
feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
feeling
in a good
I'm
spot.
actually feeling a little bit better about the wild.
I think you can do a really good pick here.
Yep.
With your choices.
So when it comes to horror and thriller, there's actually one I really, really want to see. I didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna say it, but maybe I'll say it later.
Don't say it.
Because one. Well, wait. Have you said horror?
We've all said horror.
You sort of-
and
said
wild
horror.
cards.
And
So
wild
it,
cards.
it, it's
True.
fair. You could
You're
say
right.
it.
You're right.
It's not my horror or my wild, like, because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Searching. With
Oh, I
John
heard
Cho.
that thing. Yeah.
Yes.
I heard it's
It was very good.
Yeah, I heard solid.
Yeah, is it more thriller?
It's a thriller. There's some spooky stuff.
I just
to it, but
love-
yeah, that would have counted.
I love
Horror
John
thriller.
Cho. So
Well, what are you
that's-
picking for horror?
For horror?
I don't know what you can.
So there's about 3, and there's a 4th one
You
that
could
didn't.
pick Halloween.
Yeah.
This was the remake
reboot.
I haven't
with
seen it.
Jamie
I haven't
Lee.
seen-
Oh,
I've
interesting.
seen any of the Halloween.
Those were the 3 I thought.
Surprisingly, I haven't seen any of the Halloween.
I feel like that's the weakest of any of the
Were.
horrors.
Agreed,
Yeah.
but I think it's still
Yeah.
iconic enough that enough people would have seen it.
No, my horror, it definitely counts as a horror. It could be seen. I could see it being a cross, but my horror is Overlord.
Oh,
great pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
I-
Had a baby.
I
love it.
thought that one might get overlooked. I'm like, this is
It is
actually going to
overlooked.
be a
You
good
are absolutely correct.
backup.
Great film.
I've that's on my watch list, but I didn't even think of that one. That's
Yes.
good.
Oh,
Good zombie
it's-
flick.
It might, and I haven't seen a lot of zombie movies, but
We watched it
damn.
together, I think.
Yeah,
Actually. Yeah, it was very
did
good.
Tyler go with us? Or
Yes.
was it, yeah,
I think of the 3 of us. We're like, you want to go see Nazi Zombies, the movie? It's like,
yeah.
That was a good choice. That's a
great
great. That was a good pull.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember the time where everyone thought that was going to be a Cloverfield movie? Was that-
there was a lot of conspiracy because
Yeah.
Cloverfield started coming out with quite a bit of movies.
Well, because
Did Paradox come out this year? Cloverfield Paradox? Was
yeah,
that-
it did.
Yes, this was the
'Cause
space one.
That was a space. I haven't seen the.
Cloverfield Lane was the one. I, think,
didn't
that
see
right
The
before
best
it.
one.
I haven't
was very
seen
good.
that one. I haven't. The Cloverfields have been messing me up because I'm like, are they crossing? Are they together? Are they not?
Yes and no.
It's so weird.
But yeah, so
But-
Paradox came out, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, Overlord," because it's J.J. Abrams produced, I believe.
Oh yeah.
and so he did a lot
well,
of.
and I always heard that Super 8 was almost a Cloverfield,
Pretty much.
and
yeah.
it kind of
kind of,
because the alien looked a lot like
it,
it,
it could have been.
even though it didn't. Well,
It's the same vibe.
Yeah, maybe 8 people.
It's
on
Cloverfield
Super
for
8.
like YA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's your wild card then?
This you can I think you can almost you can get a huge pick.
Is it something you can pick?
No.
Or you're done?
I don't know. Okay, I got to cross this off.
Interesting.
This wasn't. I just hadn't crossed off Beautiful
I'm thinking
Boy
what's
'cause
left that he could pick for a wild card.
I am.
What do you go with your gut? What do you feel? I shouldn't be saying anything.
I feel like I might. The one I'm about to pick, you might want, but I think your wild card. Wait, no. What's
You-
your left
the
for
only thing he
you?
has
all I
left
love
is
is comedy.
comedy.
So
Oh, that's a.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then this
I
is.
have
there's
I
not-
have action, so
You have
don't say
action.
something if you think it could fall into that. Well, if he says it, I'm like, oh
Shit.
shit, I forgot about that movie. This has been really good.
this is
Yeah.
great.
These are great
These are
teams.
so good. This is so good. Having a third person makes it so spicy.
Yeah.
It's
There's
this
only
is-
one that I thought I was going to get away with The Star is Born.
I just don't. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're a hipster, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Lady Gaga's performance in it was phenomenal. And so was Bradley Cooper's. I was like, what do you want?
We'll get there.
I'll throw fists, dude. I've had a beer and a half.
I hit a sore spot. Do I need another beer?
I'll throw
Alright.
fists. Go get a beer. Don't even get next to this mic for a little bit.
I think. Ooh.
Sink the
So
dagger.
yours is action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could just screw me over on this one.
I think that's your strategy.
Most of you guys have your
I'm getting
actions.
close to this mic after Nick said I'd not to.
Nail in the coffin.
You can
what
do
you
it.
got?
You can do it.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. Bohemian
You want to hear what my
Phenomenal.
actual? Because I didn't think I would get Bohemian into my wild, but I did somehow. I actually didn't think that was.
I thought you were gonna pick that up.
And I think I know what your action. Well,
Your action has an option.
your action is one or two things. I think.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think what could be a wild card,
Mm-hmm.
wild.
and I was potentially, even though it's not it's not a full-length movie. It's a short film called Bow.
Oh, the Pixar one.
The little Pixar one.
Yeah.
I almost picked it because I was
Wow.
like, what else? Because I like couldn't.
That would have been wild.
That would've been a wild
Yeah,
pick,
because
my
that,
guy.
I would have given you the win just from
Yeah.
guts alone,
My
dude.
guy. This movie costs $5 to make. Check it out. It's this. It's
Bo,
like,
Bo is good, or
I
bow,
lo-
bow ball.
I love that. That
where he turns into a dumpling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the mom eats the dumpling
Absolutely.
baby.
Yeah,
that
it's-
fucks me up.
No,
it's metaphorical. I love
Yeah.
it.
Mwah.
Yeah, I
Chef's
love it.
kiss.
But I was like, let's give it some gas.
Yeah.
So, but I love Bow.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised.
This was a tough one, but well, you guys say yours and we'll get into these movies.
Yeah, I think my comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting on this one because I don't think any of you have seen it. Is Isle of Dogs,
Yeah, you can have it.
the Wes Anderson.
I put that
Have
on
you
my
seen
list.
it?
No.
I put that on my list
I knew
to
you would
watch.
like it.
I put it on my list to watch, and I'm probably
it's
gonna
the
watch
star
it.
of Is Born of this year.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
No, they're just talking crap.
I think first off, screw you.
Okay, go.
But also, you have a clear choice for this one. I feel.
I know. I'm a little nervous because I'm like, what am I forgetting? Because
Yeah.
I have a couple picks
I just can't
of
remember
movies that I like. Because I really wanted Mission Impossible.
I know you want a Mission Impossible.
I
I
really
forgot.
Mission
I had it on my
Impossible.
list, and I forgot about Mission Impossible. That's
It's the best Mission Impossible movie. Let's just say that. Let's all agree on that right now.
as long as we agree that the second best is Ghost Protocol.
So the three
yeah,
movies
Ghost
that are
Protocol.
in my brain right now are American Animals that no one is gonna.
I don't even know
about.
what that is.
It's a
I've
good
heard
movie.
of it.
Ocean's 8,
Wait,
which was excellent.
Wait, these
I
are the ones
thought.
you're picking from?
No, these
Oh.
are well.
This is his mind palace
This is
right
his
now.
last, but I think it would be silly of me not to pick Black Panther.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you should have picked for your wild card.
I wanted to, but and we can roll this.
Because then you would have screwed him over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I know it would have.
I
know
would
it's
have been stuck with
I
Ready Player
love
One.
Black Panther. It was really hard not to, but let me say I recently which I should have seen a long time ago, but I'm glad I saw it now. In preparation of this, I watched Bohemian Rhapsody to
Yeah.
prepare for this.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Rami Malek. Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I always get confused with Sam Raimi.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
Rami Malek killed.
Freaking killed it.
Like,
Absolutely.
and Queen
Look just like him.
Queen's kind of just like might be all time favorite band.
Yeah, they're dope.
Like put them up there, but
No arguments.
man, like he nailed it.
Yeah,
they nailed about that whole
Mhm.
the whole thing. I think not Oscar,
The
not like
Live
Best
Aid
Picture. I
performance
agree.
at the end.
He
but,
won
He did win Best Actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well deserved.
I think he's either engaged or he was with the girl. He was like
Oh, nice.
that played like
His
his wife in the
slash
movie.
friend
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I think it would be good to go through each of our lists just so people remember what we have. So,
Jake, hit me with your 5.
yeah.
My 5 were action, Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay.
Drama was A Star Is Born. Comedy was Game Night. And horror was Overlord. And then my wild Bohemian.
Okay.
You ready for my 5
Yes.
that you're going to hate? My action was Mission Impossible Fallout.
That trailer when it came out,
Yeah.
super good.
My drama is Black Klansman.
Great pick.
My comedy is Isle of Dogs. My horror is Hereditary. And my wild card is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Great pick.
Nick, would you like to regale your picks?
Yeah. So, my action was Black Panther. My drama was Beautiful Boy. My comedy was Crazy Rich Asians. My horror pick was Quiet Place, and my wild card was Annihilation.
Beautiful.
Where do you want to start, boys?
Should we? Well, I barely know the order we all went in. I know I got Infinity War off the bat, but we can go however we want. What do you guys usually? How do you go through them?
What's the most spicy? I feel like we got to get Infinity War out of the way.
Okay, we
We touched on Infinity War. I think we all love Infinity War.
we love.
Why do we love Black Panther and also Mission Impossible Fallout?
Okay. I didn't think I'd have to make this argument because I love Mission Impossible, but
That's why I picked it.
Black Panther was one of the very first Marvel movies where we got to skip the origin story and get right into the action. We already knew from Civil War what had happened, why he was picking up the mantle, why it's go time. The only and arguably one of Marvel's best villains to date was Eric Killmonger or whatever his name was.
Killmonger,
You got it.
Even having a secondary villain of Claw was also excellent. That guy was absolutely just batshit crazy.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah. One of the best soundtracks a Marvel movie has had since Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
There's songs that even one of their best songs was their credit song. All the Stars.
Yeah.
I think it was nominated.
Even the end credit where all the vibranium dust became all the stuff. I mean, the whole movie from start to finish was just very you could tell there was a vision and they did whatever it was supposed to do. So it was an excellent movie. I argue that sometimes its similarities to Lion King and stuff like that kind of the story a little bit is a little tried already, and the final act is a little rough with some of the fight scenes that kind of take it away from this really cool thriller film, and then the rhinos come out and everything kind of gets a little crazy. But overall, pretty excellent solo film, and obviously Chadwick Boseman was the right choice. The biggest thing going forward that Marvel has as a problem to me is not keeping us entertained. It's trying to even just tackle the Black Panther story without his existence anymore. So and that's for good reason. The reason why we can all say yes to that is because Black Panther, at least in our hearts, is his performance was excellent.
He was perfect.
He was the perfect cast.
I don't think anyone's walking out of Black Panther 2 with dry eyes.
Oh no.
I think it's gonna. I mean, I bet 2 to 3, maybe 4 times an hour. People are gonna cry just in that movie. It's gonna be so. It's gonna be great to watch, but it's gonna be insane.
There's some characters that I think we would argue those were just perfectly cast. Some I think are interchangeable, but the undoubtedly these are the 3 that you can't recast would be, in my opinion, Tony Stark, Loki, and T'Challa. I don't foresee anyone.
Not even Chris Evans?
I love Chris Evans as Captain America, but I think
they literally tried to recast him and the internet exploded.
Yeah.
In the whole show.
He definitely
in the show. In Winter Soldier and Falcon, they were like, "Oh, here's the new Captain America." And everyone's
true.
like,
"Oh,
right, I
you
see what
mean
you're saying,
I thought when they were casting, I was like, "Really?"
I think
good for
right
them.
now it would be really hard for me to accept another Captain America or a
but
Thor because they're doing
Is this
they
just
did a great job.
Is this just MCU actors?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just think in the MCU those 3 would be my top 3 of
Because
I don't think anyone's going to do Loki any better than Tom Hiddleston. I don't think anyone's going to do Iron Man better than Iron Man. I don't think anyone's going to do Black Panther better
It's so
than
hard.
T'Challa.
It's hard to see anyone now. But I agree because I think someone wrote an article about the MCU and someone was like, "Yeah, but Robert Downey, anyone could have played Tony Stark," and James Gunn was
Twitter
like, "That's a lie." It's
Right.
Yeah, that is a lie.
The other thing to remember too with Captain America is that it's a symbol, and so yes, Chris Evans played the shit out of Steve Rogers, but the whole point of him is that he is meant to multiply himself.
Yeah.
Right,
There
but
should
I
be
meant Steve Rogers Captain America.
It's true.
Yeah.
He was an excellent cast. And he's my favorite hero because of what Chris Evans' portrayal did.
No one at this point, like, and we don't even have to wonder, except when the what ifs get here.
Yeah.
We don't really have to wonder, but yeah, like,
It's true.
Chris Evans, if anyone played like Steve Rogers now, it wouldn't be.
And I said that
insane.
to only say, like, those are the three that I think are just, like,
The
the
best.
top.
Yeah.
And then, like, Chris Evans would be, like, 4th or 5th.
Yeah, no, I totally
Like,
get. Yeah,
you
I
know
But
know.
Black Panther.
Go Black Panther.
But Black Panther.
I think you said a lot. I agree. Black Panther is an awesome movie. The only thing that is negative about it is the ending. Is the final fight scenes feel a little? Oh, now we're in CGI.
Yeah, it's not
And I don't like Killmonger's fight with T'Challa. I like his ending where they're
His
sitting with
suit
the
is
sun.
Dope AF.
The suit
His
is
suit,
dope, but
yeah.
like it feels like
With that gold.
it feels like Iron Man where it's like fighting like
Yeah, it
Your
is.
same self.
the same self.
I was
yeah.
gonna say that.
That was a
too.
little
I love again, like, his suit. It's dope.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool to see like a Black Panther go versus Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
but it is also kind of the thing we complained about after the second Iron Man 2 movie. It's like
100%.
they just stole
Marvel's
yeah,
formula.
Yeah,
It was
Is its greatest strength and its greatest
but that
weakness.
also, I mean, that happens in plenty of other superhero
They're very
and action-y
conservative
stuff.
with not, like, taking risks storytelling wise.
right. So they took risks with 2/3 of that
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
I think
Which is fine,
Yeah.
which is great, and why
Yeah.
it's so great is because of those first 2/3 where it's like the statements it makes and like
Yeah.
the like political intrigue of like what to do in certain situations and just like how this civilization operates and the characters within it, and it's like it is a great movie.
Yeah,
You
and it did
know?
a great job establishing Wakanda as basically. It's not a surprise now when they start to kind of take over for like Stark Industries
Yeah.
as the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, this whole vibranium thing, like the world building in that movie was nuts. So
Yeah.
like now it's
Yeah.
not a surprise when
We moved to Wakanda
we move. Yeah,
for Infinity War.
exactly.
A fun idea or thought I had for a Marvel movie is, or maybe like a Black Panther sequel / prequel, is I think in the beginning of Black Panther with T'Challa's father, like confronting his brother about stealing the vibranium. I would love to see like old school Black Panther T'Chaka like going and fight.
Popping off.
Yeah, popping.
Remember when like
I
Marvel
love that
did all
old
those like
suit.
little shorts in the movie?
Yes,
They should do
exactly.
some like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I
miss
mean, they're
those.
doing the what if, so I mean,
That might be
They
where
could
they'll
kind of-
replace it.
And they did officially state that the What If is canon. So everything
'Cause
we
multiverse.
see, there's
and
a
they've
multiverse now.
they
So.
said there will be 4 variants of T'Challa.
Oh wow.
So he's
So
he's-
Shuri, and
Oh, interesting. I wonder if Killmonger will become one as well.
most likely,
I also heard as well that the T'Challa episode of What If almost got canceled because it encroached on being such a similar plot to Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, it
that
was
they
the back-
almost
it was like the
canceled
back
So they had
half.
to change that story so much because it was literally like pitched and they're like, we're already making that movie.
yeah. Dang.
So something happens in
Well,
that movie
isn't
that's crazy.
Chadwick's last role?
Technically, yeah, he was the voice of it. Yeah,
it's so weird because like
I'm excited to see it though because he
Oh, it's
becomes
gonna break my
Star-Lord
heart.
instead of Black Panther.
yeah.
I think is what his
Mhm.
episode
I heard Dave Bautista wasn't asked to like voice Drax in like that T'Challa episode, I guess. So it's weird how they have picked like some people.
They got some,
But not like
I mean,
yeah.
I
maybe
doubt
he has like a side role. Where
I
he says
doubted
the
they were
like,
gonna get RDJ or Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Back for it.
the big
but,
stuff.
I mean, I think they had Benedict Cumberbatch for
Doctor
his
Strange.
Doctor Strange stuff. So there you
Well, let me tell you why Mission Impossible is
Yes,
the best
Mission
action movie of
Impossible.
the year.
go. We've gone down a rabbit hole.
Let me just say Henry Cavill. All right,
Mustache.
I yield my time.
If it made that movie so good and it made Justice League,
I
so
wish we
bad.
had the.
Henry Cavill's mustache literally destroyed Hollywood for about 3 months,
It was wild.
and that, my friends, is why
This is the most powerful mustache.
it's the most powerful
Yeah.
mustache.
Hollywood.
That means it's the most powerful movie.
Wow.
Well,
All right,
He
everyone,
yields his time.
everyone's drama.
just because
Yeah.
for everyone who can't see this, I'm locking
Yeah.
my fists.
Yes.
And Henry
Oh,
Cavill fashion.
Reloading the arms.
dude, like that. You said the trailer
Yeah.
when that bathroom scene. A Nick out of 10. Let me tell you.
Well, when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, it looks like he's kind of on their side, but I'm like, there's
you
no
don't know.
way.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not the bad guy.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And you have to argue the cinematography, like just the way it was shot, to
that
make
bathroom scene
to
is
make Tom
fantastic.
Cruise look like he could even stand next to Henry
Yeah.
Cavill or
Cavill.
Cavill
Yeah.
is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Like the angles you have to do to make a 4'6" guy stand up to a 6'10" guy, absolutely insane.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
as fun.
I think Henry Cavill is phenomenal in this movie. Obviously, as Tom Cruise, probably one of his best running scenes is the end of this movie, where
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
breaks his own ankle.
Yeah.
in real.
on
camera.
screen.
Yep.
Look, how is this not the best movie? How is this not the best movie?
It's the best Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's saying a
In
lot. 'cause
terms
the movie
of-
was so good.
I think-
and Ghost Protocol
I think if
4.
we were like in terms of like old school action movie, 100%.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like there are good. I mean, Marvel has so much action. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, Mission Impossible and Marvel, of course, has way more CGI.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some plenty.
My only thing is that there's a lot to go in with both of your movies.
Yes,
Black Panther's a little more standalone-y, but Infinity War, you need so much more
it's
history.
true.
Right.
And where Mission Impossible, it's just an action movie. Like, you don't need to know anything about anything.
That's the thing.
Very, very.
I know enough.
This was the only one that required there to actually be tie-ins to a previous movie.
That-
I mean, you know his wife is there. That's pretty much it.
No, but the villain
barely.
comes back.
Yeah, but still.
See,
you just
no-
be like,
Yeah.
Because the first one I ever saw was MI5,
shit.
Ghost Protocol.
wow. That's
Isn't it?
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation is 5. Ghost Protocol's 4.
Rogue Nation is the scene with the motorcycles
Is
down
he-
the hill.
He's in Dubai.
Oh, so
and he
this
climbs
so
the
so
really
this
big-
is
This is
a
six.
six.
This is
Ow.
six.
Oh, it was somehow I called it 7.
Yeah.
It was 6.
There will be 7 and 8
MI6.
eventually. And
He's
we'll all
filming it
be
now.
in
When he
Yeah.
stops yelling at
When he stops yelling at people, to be like,
Hey, he was yelling at him to protect himself.
It's true.
he was fair. He did the right
bless him.
thing. Yeah.
I think he thinks that his movies will heal the world. Maybe a little
So
wrong.
Look, we don't need to talk. We don't need to talk about Tom
So,
Cruise the person.
I've
Okay, got
seen
I would
I've
love
seen
to.
I think a good chunk of
Talk about it?
MI3, but I saw Ghost Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this movie kicks so much ass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then at
Yeah,
the
that
end
was
of
very
that one, you do see his wife.
Yes.
Because throughout the movie, they're like, because Jeremy Renner's character was like, I was supposed to protect them because they thought like they just divorced, and
Sure.
he was like, nope, she died. No, she didn't.
Nope.
And then she shows up at the end. I'm like, oh, that's
Tom Bombadil.
Tom
That is correct.
Um.
Also, Rebecca Ferguson becoming kind of like the
A
lead
continuous.
lady.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's great.
She's amazing.
The motorcycle scenes in this, and then like the whole like heist scene with like the
Yeah.
truck. I
She's
think
the perfect balance of like
against
not
Tom
just
Cruise.
a Bond girl.
Yeah.
Like where it's just like I'm here
she
to be
holds her own.
attractive. It's like I'm here to actually be like a threat.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what my motives are,
Mm-hmm.
and she plays that mysterious like beautiful woman.
How are they gonna
Well.
do this next one? Because she's in it.
Cruise and
No, but Haley Atwell is supposed to be in this next one.
Oh, Peggy Carter.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
she's supposed to be in it, and I don't know what's her name, but
Well, I thought they were filming the
Tom,
other two back to back.
the actress that plays Mantis in Guardians,
Oh.
she's in it.
Yeah, what
so
is
it's
her
like
name?
they have a lot of. I mean, it's great. They have a lot of leading ladies. I
Interesting.
can't tell who's gonna like.
be the
I'm here for it.
Yeah, who's fucking like, or one of them gonna be like the main villain? Because I could totally see.
Oh,
And just
maybe.
to get my like podcast, Dune thing out of the way, Rebecca Ferguson is also in it.
Oh
She's
my
playing-
god!
she's
Two
playing-
Dune references.
There you
Two
go.
Dune
We
references.
could have
in the
made a lot of
podcast.
Dune. There's a lot of people.
And
we've
Timothy Chalamet,
And
I
Dave
talked about
Bautista.
it, and Dave Bautista,
Yeah.
and,
Anyways,
Jason Momoa
I
somehow.
yeah, I think obviously we all agree Mission Impossible is the best Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
I personally think it's better than Black Panther, but I don't think it can touch Infinity War. Just
Infinity War
for my personal preference.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
normally I will sit down. Out of like all the three, I've probably sat down and watched Infinity War the most at this
Sure.
point.
makes sense.
I have sat down and watched Rogue Nation.
Ghost Protocol.
No, not what's in. Oh wait, no, it's a new.
Fallout?
Yeah, Fallout.
Fallout.
God.
Okay, sorry.
this beer.
It's hitting ya.
This bat
Making me
squash.
hazy. It's a hazy IPA.
Yeah, Fallout was not like because I already liked the movies, and then I finally saw Fallout. I'm like, oh, this is. I sat down and watched that a good few times.
Yeah.
I
within a
literally
few months.
give a little lore of our personal lives. So you were out of town. I took care of your doggos. I was sitting right over there watching Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill in that bathroom scene, and I'm like, I turned it off. I'm like, that's my pick.
That's it.
That's my pick.
Well, like, aren't they fighting one guy?
They're fighting one dude.
There's no way Henry Cavill could have taken both of them.
They were caught by surprise.
Yeah, they're caught by surprise. But,
And they're in a bathroom.
But,
Yeah.
The only thing I would say, so I think we're basically defaulting our pick that Jake wins action. I mean,
Yes.
for the most part.
Everyone
But
too.
I think there's
Okay.
personal.
here's why
I feel
I
like
beat Zavala is that Black Panther is far more of a unique film than Mission Impossible, who literally does the same
dude,
thing.
I feel like there's better. I feel like there's better action scenes.
Agreed. This
in
is an
Mission
upgrade for Mission Impossible.
Yes,
100%.
I feel like obviously politically and statement-wise, Black Panther is huge.
Yeah.
But like, I think shot for shot,
Mhm.
Mission Impossible wins.
Shot for shot is in like action
Cinematography
sequence.
and like
yeah.
action-wise.
yeah.
Why are you biting your?
I think
because I'm nervous.
I think that's fair. I think that is super fair to say because I bet a lot of their like action scenes don't require too much CGI.
They literally
And
jumped
they
out of a
probably
plane
have. They have a lot of Tom
in a
Cruise.
Halo suit.
Tom
Cruise
Cruise
is crazy.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
all. Of, that's the thing. He does
T'Challa
all of
also
his
jumped
stunts.
out of a plane in the opening scene.
Yeah,
I
but
get-
it wasn't as cool.
It's
Dude,
like stealthy. It
No,
was
but like,
dope.
dude, he was.
He's in a vibranium suit.
No,
He can just
let
fall
me-
Listen to me,
back.
Nicholas.
Let me try to argue. I don't know. We've defaulted Infinity War. Let me like try to
Sure.
at least.
Let me tell you how Infinity War sucks. It's like,
I've waited.
There's too many characters. My mom doesn't know who these
it was
people
too
are.
good.
When did
It's too good.
when did Guardians of the Galaxy come out? 2012? 2014.
Yes.
Let's
The
go.
minute that I saw that movie, I'm like, when are they going to cross over with the rest of the Avengers?
Uh-huh.
That's all I thought about for
5 years?
5 yeah,
4
5
years.
years.
4
4
years.
years.
Yes.
That's all I thought about for like 4 years. I'm like, let's go. And
And
that
they finally did it.
minute they did it, because it's like, you know, you love crossovers, and it like the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody meets That's So Raven. We love crossovers.
We
we
love
love crossovers. But when they took so many characters that I love.
That might have been the best reference I've ever heard in my life.
Let me break. Well, that's just the crossover
you-
love.
you got the
Let's
gold.
get the crossover love.
He's like, let
But-
me take my victory lap.
Star-Lord jumping on some Doctor Strange
Yes.
platforms. Doctor Strange
Yeah.
going off more than he probably did in
Best pop
Doctor
off for
Strange.
Doctor Strange
Easily.
was in Infinity War.
Yeah. when he makes a
Iron
million of
Man
himself.
was probably at his like. I love the idea
That was
of
peak Iron Man.
just being able to like make things
nano
out of
capture.
even if it might not be the favorite suit, but I'm like, it's the most practical.
We get Iron
by-
Spider.
Yeah.
We get Iron
Absolute
Spider. That's a banger.
The thing about Infinity War was like I didn't know who was safe.
No,
Honestly.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And that was the thing.
And
Like
they-
after
By
Loki
seeing, you
died,
had
I'm
no
like,
idea.
wait.
It was the first one with real stakes because
Yeah.
Loki, Heimdall, basically almost every
When he
Asgardian
bitch
is
slaps
dead,
Hulk, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
and
Oh shit.
Gamora died. Like Gamora, that
Yeah.
Gamora is dead. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a plan for her,
Coming. Yeah.
her like past self being in the third one.
Right.
But like, man, so like that's the thing. They did so many great action sequences with like all these beloved characters. That's like, it's finally go time, and they're breaking our hearts at the same time. That's insane.
Yeah. They did a great job.
And Thor comes in like the whole like all these years. I'm like, Thor. I know Captain Marvel and Wanda are like, I think the two most powerful now. But I'm like, man, this guy has some power
When
locked
he
up.
comes down
And
with all.
he lays down the
Oh.
that
The
is
Bifrost, yeah, it
it's
was
so
wild.
hard not to be like, because in game came and it was like Avengers Assemble, but Thor's like, bring me Thanos. Oh
There's
my
a part of me
God.
that likes Infinity War more than Endgame.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
easily.
I think
I get
film-wise,
why people would like it
plot-wise.
more.
I love
but
that it was dark. and like people were just wiped.
Yeah.
I love that they lost. I absolutely love that they lost.
I wish.
Yeah.
And
It
I
made
liked
the results of Civil War that much greater. It
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
'Cause they were
it actually
disbanded.
did have consequences from beating each other.
And I
up.
liked seeing Cap. I really liked seeing Cap with, cause, I mean, eventually he got his shields, which those shields are dope. But it was also like, it's Cap, not Cap, with like no shields. It's
Yeah,
just
like, no
him,
match.
him and his group. I just kind of they have their wits and their
Yeah.
will.
And there's just some really powerful lines too, like when, I think he says it in Infinity War, but when he talks about Iron Man and says Earth just lost her best defender,
Earth Watch just yeah.
her mightiest defender,
They're-
and it's like even when he's pissed at him, Cap still can't not tell the truth.
And you know, I
And
feel
just love
like
it. It's
I
so
feel
good.
like at that
Chris Evans is the best Captain America.
yeah,
he's
and I
dope.
think
Yeah,
at that
absolutely.
point, at
The
that point
only
you could
Captain
tell.
America. But yes, I agree.
I think at that point you could tell. Like, I bet he's not mad at him. I bet he knows.
If anyone,
I bet
Chris
he knows
or-
what he's done.
Yeah.
I don't think he has regrets, but I think he's like,
Yeah.
I like love Tony, but like I had to do all this because like in Endgame when Tony's just giving it to him, you could tell he's like, come on, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I love it.
So there's a lot of heartbreak that doesn't normally mix with action,
You double tapped us in the head. You win.
Yeah, so basically Jake went first, I got second, and Nick got third. So
I just
let's move on.
Yep. We both
Oh,
tied for
yeah,
second.
we gotta move on to some other movies. We gotta move on to
enough.
some other movies.
We just want to go down to drama or what?
Let's go to drama. Explain why you win.
Oh man, I
Good luck.
want to hear about Beautiful Boy, honestly, because I don't know anything really
sure.
about it.
I haven't seen it for a
Is it
while,
okay?
but
I mean, I can talk about
Please,
it, right? Because
yeah.
even though you haven't seen it,
I don't want to
have
hear
either of you
huge
seen it?
spoilers.
I saw it with you.
You
yeah.
saw it with
Yeah,
me.
I don't know
so,
why.
yeah,
I
it's
want
just
to know
seen
the
it that
gist.
one
I
time.
want to know why it impacted you. Why is it the best drama of the year?
sure. It's a tale of
Two cities.
father and son who are quite close, and the son gets incredibly addicted to really bad drugs
Yikes!
and starts going down a
Spice?
path where not spice. Surprisingly, no, it's not the Paul Atreides that we're going to see on October 12th. My
Don't
boy.
have to worry about
But
that
the
going to
spice will
bar.
flow eventually, but not with this movie quite yet. I'm holding on to it. And then, it just starts affecting the family. Like he gets so addicted that he's stealing, he's breaking in, he's going to rehab. And this is actually a tale that's a true story. There's an actual father and son that wrote this book. One from I believe the son's perspective and one from the father's perspective.
Jeez.
And they had a hand in developing this movie. And so Timothy Chalamet plays the son and Steve Carell plays the father. And it's just this beautiful tale of how much he loves his son, but in order to love him the best, he has to let him
Like fall
do
almost. Yeah.
what he's going to do. And then it's also the tale of the son and overcoming this addiction and how low he actually gets before finally deciding to come out of it. And so
Cool.
the beautiful hope of it all is that he did overcome it, and that he has been sober for a number of years, but you don't get to see that in the movie. It's very much like he's about to finally like overcome it, and you don't get that feeling of like
Resolution.
you don't get the end where it's like, and now I'm healthy and everything's fine. It's like they wanted you to feel like this is what drugs do to your family.
Cool. Well, I'm already crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a drama, it's perfect.
That's
I
really
think.
good.
Yeah.
It's a perfect pick.
Like, if you're coming out of the office and you're like needing a good like palate cleanser for Steve Carell,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Steve Carell's not funny in this
Can
at
act.
all. Yeah,
Like,
he's just
he's-
acting well. Yep. So I will yield my time for that.
Yeah, I feel
Without
like
spoiling
that's really good. Like
Yeah.
that just bumped to the top of my
And
list really.
Timothy
to watch.
Chalamet's even just like a body for this. Like he lost whatever little weight he could possibly lose.
He was just a
He
stick.
lost like the 10 pounds that he actually could lose, and then he's just scrawny.
Nothing.
So it just looks the part of like
Ah,
a
jeez.
sunken drug addict.
Yeah.
So great film. I think it's on Amazon actually. So if you want to just like,
It wasn't. It just like I saw about 4 of the movies that didn't make this
Yeah.
list.
it's a great film. Great film.
All right,
great movie.
we need to get into A Star Is Born, my friend.
A Star Is Born. It's been a minute since I've seen this one.
Here's why it's dope.
Here's why it's dope.
Here's why it's the goat. Jake had some great picks.
It's been
Oh no doubt.
No, I haven't seen the originals or the original. I know there've been a couple iterations.
Have you seen any of the originals?
I have not.
I
Me
haven't.
neither.
But I don't imagine.
They're all very similar
Yeah,
to what I believe.
yeah. But I don't imagine them like really grabbing me the way this one did. When so Bradley Cooper invites Lady Gaga to his concert backstage, and he invites her like out onto it, and it's almost kind of like we're going out with her, like, and then it's then brings us out into the crowd. Yeah, it's like them bringing us out into the crowd, kind of singing with them. Because had you seen that I mean, now we've all seen it.
I saw the previews. The freaking Shallow song.
Okay,
she's great.
Oh, you've never actually seen the film?
I've seen the film.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. But
I'm
like,
just spouting off.
I need to know why this is a trash movie. It's like, wait a second, you didn't even watch it?
No, I feel like that might be the best trailer of 2018.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm saying, like, she freaking nails
but
it.
Yeah, great.
it goes.
I'm on the deep end.
Yeah.
Watch as I dive in. You know what I'm saying?
The song was so emotional. I know it's probably one of the only ones most people like remember.
Yes,
like,
it's true.
But it's a great written song. I think Lady Gaga she and
they won best original song, whatever.
Yeah, and I actually just listened to another podcast with like one of the like main producers on that kind of like wrote with her. I can't remember his name. So I got to like hear a little bit about like what they were going for, and eventually it was like, oh, Bradley Cooper's involved. They want to buy like the song, and so it was this whole thing. But anyways, it kind of goes into that rock star, kind of in the realm of drugs and struggling with, I don't know what he would have been struggling with, depression, his family. There was just a lot of like sort of like depth in him, and almost her trying to just kind of keep him above the water up until he couldn't anymore. And that was just, I mean,
it was intense.
Yeah, it was super intense, and I think they both nailed their parts equally. And it's insane that like Bradley Cooper could go act in this. Did he write it?
He just produced it.
Some involvement,
and then he directed it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he directed it. I think it's just technically his first like big feature.
Yeah, I mean,
that
he
he's
came
directed.
out swinging for sure.
So yeah, they come out swinging, and yeah, I mean, it's just a roller coaster the entire time.
With it?
I feel one is that trailer was so amazing. I think I went into the movie like, oh, cool, this is gonna be so good. And it's just like that scene is probably the best scene of the movie. Besides the fact that I think Sam Elliott deserves the Oscar for looking backwards in his truck and just crying. Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
The second point
us on Sam Elliott being the older brother of Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. The second point is a little bit more personal. And that I feel like Bradley Cooper didn't have a lot of redeeming qualities in his character and was kind of a dick because he was just mean to her.
That's fair.
And so it was just like, why? I don't know. It was not what I get into right now, but it was a personal thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was just like, oh, I've seen this, and I'm like, why should I be rooting for Bradley Cooper?
Interesting. Okay.
But
fair enough.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
I think the thing that surprised me the most was I was like, I know Lady Gaga can act. I've seen what she just does in normal life. And I was like, oh wait, this is a whole different level.
Yeah.
And then Bradley Cooper's like, by the way, guess what I can do?
Right.
I was like very surprised by that. So I think just as a whole, the whole package deal of agreed. The dude's so irredeemable that like when it happens, you're like, this son of a... But then it just makes her song that much more sad. It's like, I just wanted to save you, and I couldn't even save you. And he was like, I just wanted to be saved, but I also didn't want to, like, be saved.
Yeah.
Or, like, couldn't help myself from being saved. It was so weird. Like, they had this weird, like, tug of war, basically, their entire relationship. But when he, like, literally changes his voice and then sings with his changed voice, I was just like, this is Rocket Raccoon singing with Lady Gaga. What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Yeah.
You have Infinity War and Star is Born coming out in the same year. I'm just like, this guy is a talking raccoon and he's singing with Lady Gaga. This is amazing. Anyway, that's the way I saw it. So
That's
maybe
fair.
I saw it with rose-colored
That's
glasses.
fair. I saw it differently.
Fair enough.
I think Cooper might be trying to get up this.
Yeah, I can let him in.
Oh, okay. There's doggos doing doggo things. Let me talk about Black Klansman while you're doing that. If you want to talk about performances of the year, you've seen Black Klansman, right?
No.
Oh, what?
I meant
Nick,
that,
have you seen
yeah.
Black Klansman? Okay.
It's okay. I haven't. It's been out.
I won't
long
spoil
enough. It's
nothing.
okay if there's like things. Well, it's based on a true story. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's based on a true story.
so-
Like
Yes.
the idea. So there's two detectives,
Yes.
and they're basically like investigating the Ku Klux Klan.
yes.
Boom, you got a story right there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
One of them is John David Washington, a black man,
Mm-hmm.
who is his voice. He's interacting with that 70s show.
David Duke,
Topher Grace.
David Duke, head of the Klan.
head of the Klan. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I forget exactly how they get involved, but like they start talking and then like, hey, I invite you out to our meetings.
He also thinks that he's a white guy.
He thinks he's a white guy.
Right.
And so like, obviously John David Washington cannot go to these meetings. And so Adam Driver plays him. And so there's this dynamic between like who this person is. Two people are playing the same person really.
Yeah.
And like this persona and like, are they going to get caught? Who is this? And just like, and then like obviously the political thing of like, they're infiltrating the Klan, which is just like, and this is like the 70s or something or 80s. And it's like,
yeah, if you get caught, you're probably just gonna get killed on the
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
I mean, these
And-
guys are,
and they just like, they do not hold back. Like the idea of like, like you go to these meetings and it's what these people would say. Like they're not like sugarcoating it whatsoever. And it's like, it's just so shocking to see this and to like have people be like, oh, this is like what people
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's, and to be a true story is that to be that much more incredible to me. I feel it was the most impactful to me of like, just like, wow, it's just shocking and took me a place where I didn't know that I could go. And it's just like, I think performances were great. So
yeah. I feel like this one gets forgotten too for some reason.
yeah,
I don't know
it
why.
gets flown under the radar. I saw it as a double feature, actually, now that I'm remembering. Actually, I saw this movie illegally. I paid for one ticket and we went to
stays in the theater.
yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So the movie I saw before this was The Nun.
Oh,
Yikes, what a
damn.
like dark evening that you went on. Nice.
If you like the Nun, you'll love the Black Nun.
Yeah, look, we wanted to see two movies in one night, so we went. Yeah, The Nun was. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Not the best film.
Not
The
on
best
my
film.
radar.
Not a. It's in the Conjuring universe. Is basically why we saw it.
Yeah.
It was basically a bad taste, and then we went to Klansman. It was like, oh, this is like what a movie should be.
Yeah.
Maybe that rose-colored glasses are what I see, but like it was definitely, I think, one of the best movies of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think Driver is one that we need to keep our eye on because obviously
Dude, this
I
and
mean,
Marriage Story. Obviously, maybe I'm an Adam Driver fan.
yeah, he's got a new one coming out this fall that I'm
The-
really
the-
excited.
the
The
Gu-
Last Duel. Have you seen?
Oh,
the trailer
I've
to
heard.
that?
Yeah.
Damon and Affleck.
Well,
The Gucci
The-
film.
yeah.
With Lady Gaga.
I don't
get
What
what's
the
go-
hell?
I don't
The
know
trailer
what's
came out for
going
that. I
on
didn't
there.
see
haven't
it,
seen
but
yeah.
yeah.
But this,
The Last Duel. That one sounds great just because Matt Damon and
yeah,
Ben
the
Affleck.
gimmick of
Mamma
Yeah.
Mia.
it's interesting because the last thing they actually did together or wrote together was Good Will
Good Will
Hunting,
Hunting, yeah.
which is like
They've been
how-
together in other things, but
it's
they
like
haven't really.
how would they not? They could have.
I know it's
But-
amazing.
I mean, Adam Driver I think keeps surprising me. He's like, I mean, obviously he was the best thing about the sequel Star Wars films,
Mhm.
which I mean isn't technically saying much in my opinion, but anyway,
Yeah,
it doesn't
no,
matter.
I-
And then, just every performance after that has been like, oh, this has just gotten you the eyes to finally get into this, and his performance in this, where he's like, I don't want to be a part of the Klan. Like even as this like,
I know,
white
yeah.
dude, I don't like want to do this.
Mhm.
And so then he has this awkward, like, I have to turn on the, like, racist dial that I
Yeah.
don't even know, like, how to do. And so there's moments of just, like, sheer tension where it's like, you need to do something
You need
really
to say
racist
this,
right
or like,
now.
yeah, you
And
need
he's
to
like,
do this. You need to like, yeah,
racist stuff. And you're
Yeah.
just like, it's just,
and he just goes. They're like,
Yeah.
they don't hold back because it's
Yeah.
just like, it's just crazy. It's
can-
so
Nice.
there's the spike.
On the comedy or
On to
yeah.
comedy. Who wants to go first? How about you explain this Isle of Dogs film to
Does
us?
anyone know anything about Isle of Dogs?
I've seen the the trailers for it. I don't know what their goal is, but I know they're dogs.
Is it stop motion?
It's stop motion
Yeah.
animation,
Yeah. Okay.
Because it looks
Claymation?
claymation.
Yeah.
Is this his?
Wes Anderson.
Is this his second or like stop motion movie or is he
After
done?
Fantastic Mr. Fox
Because that's that's the only other one I can think of that he's
would
done.
be his second.
Okay, I like,
Um,
and I haven't seen a lot of Wes Anderson.
to throw out some movies, we got Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah.
We got Grand Budapest Hotel, which is my personal favorite.
That's a big one.
It's literally your favorite film of all time.
No, personal,
Oh,
no,
Wes
personal
Anderson
favorite
was like,
Wes
what
Anderson
the
film.
hell?
Like,
Okay.
why are we doing? Why are you talking
There's
about
some
Lord of the
stuff
Rings?
I'd like to unpack right now.
He is a very interesting director in that it's quirky is a word to describe it, and just it's not everyone's cup of tea. And obviously with claymation, I know a lot of people that don't enjoy claymation, but I felt this was a really great design and a really great combination of ideas, Wes Anderson's quirkiness with claymation. Basically, the idea is kind of whatever, it's dumb, but it's a movie. So in Japan, this guy outlaws all dogs, and so he puts them on this trash island, because there's like this disease with the dogs that like makes them sneeze and whatever, and so he puts them all on this island and secludes them. But then his nephew crash lands on the island and looking for his dog, the nephew's dog, that was outlawed, and an adventure ensues.
That sounds good.
I like that.
I think it's fun, it's brisk, it's funny, comedy, funny.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely been slept on, but it's hard to sell it because I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. But it was for me, just kind of a breath of fresh air, and kind of just a fun way. You got Bryan Cranston, you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, or
interesting.
No, not Joseph. Yeah, I think him, Edward Norton, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
We got now I'm
The
blanking.
voice acting,
Yeah,
sometimes
the
your
voice-
cast
yeah.
can just be absolute.
Yeah, it can be nuts. So this cast is nuts.
Is Bill Murray in this one?
Bill Murray is in this one, I think, very briefly. We got Independence Day, not Will Smith, but Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
Jeffrey
That's a-
Goldblum.
Goldblum. So I yield my time. And they're all dogs.
I can't
All
make
these people
I
are
can't
voicing
make an
dogs.
argument against a movie that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But Wes Anderson is one of those directors that's kind of like your
Love and
Tim
hate him.
Burton or
Yeah.
like a Quentin Tarantino, where it's like there's a Tarantino-esque. Or
Yes,
it's
there's
a
definitely Wes
Anderson-esque.
Anderson-esque,
yeah.
Very good. Crazy Rich Asians was dope as hell, so I
Yeah,
yield my
you
time.
would say, yeah.
No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
No,
it's amazing.
I cannot argue against Crazy Rich Asians because it might be my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, that
honest.
was.
It's so
and I
good.
forgot it was 2018. For some reason, it feels almost like a 2017
When it's
movie.
funny, it's funny. When it's sassy, it's super sassy.
The
Yeah.
wedding scene
Yep.
some
Iconic.
makes me cry.
Yeah.
Like,
There's family. There is some drama to it, but
Yeah.
there's such good comedy to it
Yeah.
that you can't just put it in drama.
This movie, no, it's definitely a comedy. I mean, Awkwafina. Mwah.
Yeah.
This is
and what's his face from Ken Jeong?
Can
Ken
you-
Jeong. I heard
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
He's amazing.
I read the book,
I forgot
and this is a very rare example of the movie
being
is
better
better
than-
than the book.
Ooh.
The only other example I can think of where I like the movie better than the book is a few Harry Potters
Okay.
and Ready Player One.
I would disagree with Ready Player One. I would throw Jurassic Park in there. I think the movie's better.
Well,
There's
let me throw this in there. I didn't know Jurassic Park was a book.
I didn't know. I didn't know half of these were books. I knew Ready Player One was a book.
Ready Player One.
I read it before the movie, so I think that tainted me a little bit.
Yeah. The thing I like more about the movie is it's a little more modern with the video games because the book was written back in like the 90s.
No, it was written like 2 years ago.
No.
It was recent.
I mean, it
was about the 90s and 80s.
Okay,
so it was like very into that, but like modernized it. Like, let's throw Iron Giant. Let's throw like all this other thing in there. So like,
so the movie added some like of our like childhood stuff.
Yes, instead of like the book was like 80s because the guy was 80s.
Yeah, and the timeline in Ready Player One, the movie was like a week, whereas in the book it was like 8 months to like years of time, where it was like we found the first egg,
and
6
then there
months
was a wait.
passed, and then we found the second egg, and then 3 years passed, and you're like, whoa, the stakes are like super chill.
But I feel
and
like
the movie is like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Once the first egg came out,
that's too
everybody
fast.
started losing.
I
their
think-
shit.
I would disagree with that.
So
but
you wanted it to be a little bit slower.
I like that it was slow. I like because like the whole point is like that they can't find these things, and you find one, and it's like, well, now what do we do? And also the way that they do it in the movie for finding the first egg is so dumb. They just go backwards.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think Ready Player One. Now that this is off the top of my head, I do really like the movie. Just
I like it a lot
for
too.
just for the gimmick that it
4K
is.
on my TV. Sure.
I think Ready Player One would make an excellent TV show slash wait for it anime series.
Ooh,
What?
I would agree with the anime series for sure.
Because like
Wait for it.
no, just like the fact that you're saying it's taking like so long to find each key.
Yeah.
Like they could spend like half a season. You could spend half a season just trying to get out of the
Yeah, it's true.
what's the hotel or the
Oasis.
Oh wait,
no, Stephen King part.
Oh, The Shining.
The Shining.
they did that. They did that in the second. Oh wait,
You could spend like a half.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
mean
you
the
could spend a
book,
quarter or
confused.
half a season just trying to get out of it in an anime.
True.
They would do it and it'd be fucking awesome.
I just feel like maybe also my view is also tainted because I read the second book, and it's just
Is it
it's
good?
just more I personally don't, but I don't personally enjoy
No
the
one
movie.
liked the second book.
But like the movie, I think was just so like, hey, here's any pop culture. Here's
true.
pop culture, and like I
It
just
is
didn't
every.
like that.
I think it's also because it's like, oh, this is if we could play this VR
Yeah.
game here, this is
The
everything.
main
we've
character is so
ever-
much
yeah.
more of a dick in the book, though.
The main character was.
I think. I think he's a lot more kind and gentle in the movie.
yeah, I feel like
I don't feel bad for him like in the second. In
Yeah.
the first, in the book, he's just like, I don't take showers and I just don't like anybody. And it's like,
that's
I don't
fair.
know about this.
You
guy.
definitely got and maybe I need to revisit the book,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed the hunt for the first egg so much more than
Yeah.
in the movie was just like
And there is, I would say, an Easter egg is better in the book because it is truly just this like
This hunt.
random little thing in this
Yeah.
little cave in this little thing. Like, it is truly like the best person can truly find this. Where in the movie it has to be a little more streamlined.
yeah, everything is streamlined in the movie, and I don't like that it was streamlined, but I understand why it needed to be
They made the
streamlined.
corporate entity in the movie so much more potent. So when the first egg was found, and you realize that 100,000 of these guys that
Yeah.
are hired are going after it, it's like, okay, we're on a ticking clock now
Yeah.
because these guys are hunting.
And that's fair. That's the same thing we said about like Lord of the Rings, where it's like
yeah,
in the book, it was like
we're gonna
10
have a
years
nice
before like
roast.
Frodo
Yeah.
like went out, and so it's like, yeah, I understand why. I just feel like maybe
There's good and bad to
I think visually seeing all of these things on screen was felt like
Yeah.
just pandering, where like I think hearing about it or reading about it was like, oh, that's a thing and that's a thing, and then like the story itself held up more, where in the movie I felt like the pop culture held up the movie more.
Here's my favorite part. When we're putting in time codes for this podcast, I get to put a movie that's not in our draft and say just ignore, or like if you want to hear about Ready Player One, who didn't make it into our draft
Ready Player One.
for 10 minutes.
I would, if you gave me 30 movies, I would not put Ready Player One into
Sure.
any of these, any of the top.
It's visually
2018. I don't even think it's that. No.
really with all this like the Gundam and Mechagodzilla.
Gundam.
Woo! I mean, when you have Infinity War to compare it to,
You know they're
man,
making a
you're right.
Gundam movie, a new Gundam movie.
I did not know that.
I've barely seen any of the old Gundam, but I'm gonna catch up.
All right, good call. All right, so who's
Hit us on game night.
Game Night.
Tell us why.
I think it's a long forgotten movie. Yep. Unfortunately, I think it hits some things that like just don't get hit like very often. I was kind of going back through watching some clips of it. The scene where because they invite Jason Bateman invites his brother, Chandler. I think his last name's Chandler or something.
Kyle Chandler.
Thank you,
Coach.
Bada bing, bada boom.
His brother to game night, and I don't remember. He's kind of like in the world of he's got some debts to pay off, and these guys come knocking down the door, and it's like, oh, it's a joke.
The whole premise is
like a murder mystery.
Yeah, like a murder mystery.
They're like, this
and
guy.
he's
sounds
just
like
in
a
a fight
great
the
night.
entire time, and he's like, all right, guys, these wings are gonna get cold. You better eat up, or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just the whole like, it's a little like some things get a little quirky, and then just like the first portion of the movie is like they still think it's game night up until the point that he gets shot in the arm.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Not that we've been spoiling
What if
everything
the
else.
worst thing possible could happen without anyone knowing that it's actually
like
happening?
what do you do during that? And then the way they go about it, and like they go to the drugstore, and Rachel McAdams like, they didn't have any rubbing alcohol, but I got this bottle of wine. And he's like, honey, we're not out here to have a picnic or something like that.
So
and he's like pouring it on the wound.
If you want to pick like a straightforward comedy, this is a comedy.
True.
And I hate that I can't
Almost
remember.
dark comedy too.
You know that actor who plays that like the neighbor cop?
Yes.
That's just super creepy.
Yeah, I don't know his name off the top of my head. But
They
amazing.
they go to his door, like asking for help, and he's
It's
like,
the Matt Damon. It's the Matt Damon ripoff guy, right?
Yeah.
and he's
in,
like,
Black Mirror. And
Yeah.
oh, I thought you guys had something else going on tonight.
He has such comedic
And one of
timing.
them,
It's so
one of
good.
them's like, yeah, that bitch wife of yours, like, don't you ever talk bad about her. She's an angel sent
He
from
was
heaven.
great. Yeah.
And then he like
Sent from heaven.
he slowly backs into like the dark doorway with his fucking dog.
Yeah.
Just that whole movie, like, it's just a straightforward comedy. You got Lamorne Morris in it too, and
It's
just-
good.
it hits a
I
sweet
forgot
spot.
about it. It feels in the very similar vein of like Tag. Did you see Tag?
That's
this
one
year?
I need. That's one I also need
Yeah.
to see.
Very similar, but Game Night like was just fun. It was
Yeah.
just straight fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was nothing about it other than just
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, also of Friday Night Lights fame.
I would
like
argue
Sean
his
Penn.
best work though was in the classic. It was in the early 2000s. Hold
Are
on,
we
let me
talking
find
about
it.
the guy who played the brother in this?
The Cop.
the cop?
Oh, the cop.
He played the bully, and if I'm not mistaken, come on, like Mike, as
Oh,
he played
yeah.
Ox. Ooh, what a performance!
He's in the jungle.
Anyway,
He's in
Friday
the
Night
Jungle
Lights.
Cruise movie. Apparently,
Did you see Jungle Cruise?
I haven't.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
good?
I haven't
Oh,
seen
I
it.
haven't seen
haven't
it.
seen it yet.
I've heard good
It was
things.
fine.
I think
Yeah,
it
this
looks like a pretty good.
And
Dwayne
Michael C. Hall
Johnson
plays
and,
the bad guy, the guy who plays Dexter Morgan from the hit series Dexter.
Oh yeah,
little
yeah.
cameo.
I was gonna say yeah, he was in it. And I was like, oh,
It's a great
oh.
movie of just like what's gonna happen next, but you can't predict what happens.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's fun. It's just flat
It's a
out
very
fun. Like, it's
very
fun.
fun
Yeah.
movie.
Very
It reminds
and
me.
board games unite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you didn't talk about it, Crazy Rich Asians, that much, but it's the best comedy.
It is.
GG's.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm giving you that.
I love
I love that movie.
I
I
will-
absolutely love that movie.
that's like
It's
if
it's like a nice warm blanket on
I
a
think-
cold winter night.
I don't own the movie anywhere. I don't
Had a
know
couple
I
beers.
don't know where you can watch it online.
I'm sorry.
We're all at 2 or 3 in. We're all having a
Crazy
good
It's
time.
a cozy movie.
Crazy Rich Asians sits up there as one of those movies that I can put on
Oh,
and
yeah.
have a great time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of the two other movies, even though this is a far like more complex story, I think it sits up there with movies I can like just sit down and watch in the comedy genre. That also is like Super Bad,
Mm.
Hot Rod.
Hot
Mm.
Rod,
Like I can
dude.
just sit down and have
Hot
a
Rod.
great time This one I'm actually gonna
GG's
cry
whoever
a
gets
little.
that year. Whatever. It's like, I pick Hot Rod. Damn, they win.
Right, pack it up, boys.
There's like all these Oscar movies. Like I got Hot Rod.
Yeah, didn't even like pack it up during Endgame or Infinity War. It's like Hot Rod.
Dude, even like
Godspeed.
straight up Hot Rod when they're like he's climbing up the ramp and he's watching the numbers go up. I get a little emotional when they get that 50 grand. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
Too legit to
The
quit.
whole like when they're walking down the street, we're not gonna live in silence.
Yeah.
The whole cheer. Yeah, I've wanted that to happen in my life so many times.
the best part, like, oh my god, how did that happen? And Andy McBride's like, it's awful. People just taking advantage of a good situation like that.
and he's got, like,
he
a
has a
TV
huge
or-
TV.
All
Thank
right.
God.
Oh, man.
To get into horror, let's talk about why I win.
Why
I
Hereditary
picked-
ones? Are you kidding me?
Nah. I got A Quiet Place. Literally revolutionized like a theater experience.
Hereditary is. Some people had it as their best movie of the year. I think Toni Collette's performance alone.
God bless her. That's fine. A movie where you have to like throw shoes at the guy eating popcorn because you're trying to watch a movie.
Here's what I'm gonna
Because
do.
it's so silent.
I'm gonna argue my movie, even though I know both of those are
You had a
better.
great pick though. That was so
My,
surprising.
I love
my,
Overlord.
my,
It's such a
ar-
fun movie.
my arguments will be great like zombie
Yes.
World War II movie that no one's ever really
Because they're
I
basically
think,
like
done.
Captain America zombies.
Captain
They become,
America
like,
zombies and also
Yeah.
Nazi.
Superhuman
It's
zombies.
also Nazi zombies the movie.
Exactly.
We get a little bit of just like most World War II touches in like Nazis, like how badly they kind of like harass and take
Yeah. True.
advantage of the people in the town. But then it just goes straight into Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just morphing into a Demogorgon type thing. It's insane.
It is insane. I agree.
I need to watch this.
We got
Wyatt Russell
Wyatt Russell, the guy everyone hates in
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
plays a better soldier in this movie about zombies than he does as U.S. agent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is,
It's
like
wild. It's a wild movie.
I'm surprised more people didn't die in that movie than they did.
Yeah.
But that was a
This falls into the same line
was
as
a
like
fun one.
Mortal Kombat. Like we should watch it together.
Oh, it's
and
just fun and
laugh.
dumb.
Yes. It is fun and dumb, but it's like at the same time
It's good. Yeah.
It's so historically like accurate except for the zombie
Wait, have you
part
seen
that
it?
you're kind of
No,
like
I haven't.
yeah.
Yeah, it was on my list. Like there was like 4 movies that I didn't get to like this year. Like,
they go
It's
above
a
and
good-
beyond
good
on
one.
making it seem like it could actually have happened. That you're kind of like maybe there were zombies.
yeah.
like,
that was the other thing.
it
They
does
made
get
it
done.
seem so hidden.
It's like
and
you know what? Maybe zombies existed in the Nazi
Right.
like regime. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Hey, you never know.
and it takes.
They
I
did
think
some
it
weird
takes
stuff.
Like they
place-
would have done that.
They could
Like, or
if they
something.
could have. Yeah.
I think it takes place
yeah.
on or like the day before D-Day, right?
Yeah, because they stormed the beach, and then they're like,
Oh, they
"What
come across
happened?"
like
They're
this
like,
bunker or whatever.
Yeah.
and they try to bury it so
It's
that
great.
it never gets found, kind of a thing. So
But
it's
your
wild.
2 movies, you may
Taps
proceed.
out.
You may
Taps
proceed.
out.
You may proceed.
Look, I think you went really gutsy with Overlord. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
It is
I respect
your
that.
balls this big.
the only 3 horror movies I probably saw that year
God bless you.
of 2018.
I've never seen Hereditary, so
Oh.
I need to go see it.
Oh.
I
Yes.
will watch it. I
It's-
make the
it's-
vow. I will go watch it.
I don't want to deter you from seeing it because it is the same director as Midsommar,
I
but it's
understand.
far more palpable than Midsommar. But it is the same mind mess, like
Sure.
Hereditary.
It made me more afraid of the dark than I've ever been in my adulthood.
There's a scene
okay.
where like literally a character is it's dark, and then like it takes about 10 seconds before you realize, oh, there's a bad thing in the background. And it's just on the ceiling, and it's just like, ooh, it's so spooky.
But they also
Got
do, and they've done it. I think they've done it like 2 or 3 times in the Conjuring movies, where like there's like a dark corner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they
Yes,
kind of
and
go
something's
like
in
it
it.
looks like something's there, and then the light goes on, and then there's nothing there.
10 out of
Don't.
10. Nick out of 10.
That but
It combines the horror. I know you haven't seen The Conjuring, but it combines the horror elements
oh, you haven't seen the Conjuring?
of built-up tension of The Conjuring, but it has like theology and like mind, like what, like it's basically like your family bloodline leads you to this horror.
Yeah.
It's hereditary.
There's
like,
a very
Okay.
and
Definitely not a
there's
fan.
a very good twist to it that I didn't think was coming.
Oh.
A lot of good. It's a very
We
very
got one of
twisty
the
movie.
boys from the Naked Brothers band.
Yeah, Alex
the
Wolf.
Wolf, my guy.
Wow. Love Alex.
Reference? What a reference.
I think
Is he the one that's in Old, or is it a
Yeah.
different one?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. If
When you see
there's
Old.
if there is one scene that sticks with me throughout of all 2018, it is the scene in Hereditary. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say telephone pole, and you're gonna know what I'm
Oh
talking.
yeah. Oh yeah. I was saying the back half of it. Yeah.
It's right in the middle.
Okay.
There is a scene, and it's a single shot that like sits on this thing for 5 seconds. It is terrifying.
Terrifying. Okay.
It
I'm gonna watch it
is-
tonight.
It is in my mind.
It's
It is
so,
in my mind rent free, dude, and I want to evict it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hasn't paid rent in so long. I gotta get it out of here.
It's
Okay.
This moratorium better end because this thing's got.
yeah.
Well, the only thing I can argue is Elizabeth Blunt in Quiet Place giving birth in a bathtub while a monster's creeping up the
Look,
scene.
yours
That's very
is much
sensitive.
more popular than mine.
I
I will agree,
That scene was absolutely nuts.
dude. A nail.
Yeah, dude. Like the scene from Home Alone, literally being scarier.
I think I don't.
Exactly.
It's been
Both
said so
aliens.
many times, but like just all of them, what they're able to do without like them speaking to
Yeah.
each other, basically.
Absolutely. The tension is just, it doesn't stop.
And for like a first John Krasinski movie,
Director.
like
Absolutely.
yeah, good
And
for him.
University of Iowa boys, right in the original story.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
GG's
I think
in chat,
I think
dog.
I think I like A Quiet Place more, but Hereditary scares the fuck out of me.
Look, in a category about horror, what do we want?
Okay,
What do we
fair
want?
Those
Thank you, Jake.
those
Thank you,
those
Jake.
aliens though, those are some
Look, yeah. Look, A
very-
Quiet Place is a great second
It
choice.
seems like these would be very good. Like one's the pop choice, and one's like the hey, do you want to actually be
get
scared?
scared. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
overall, like yeah, it's,
Quiet Place 2 just changed the game because it was such an experience.
You're
like, if
totally
you don't
right on
watch
that.
This in
You're
the 30,
yeah.
or the theater,
in the 30 in the
the
30 in the
theaters that you
1930s.
can watch it. In the theater. What an experience.
You're completely right in that it really like I wanted to like yell at anyone who
My uniqueness, I think, is combating, but maybe not necessarily beating your just straight up terror.
yeah, this movie I think Quiet Place is a good time. Hereditary makes me think far more.
Okay.
It's a
So then it's a preference.
it's
not
it's really a
necessarily what's
preference.
better.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think anyone is
Yeah.
particularly better.
Yeah, because
The
you don't
pre-
want to pull
yeah.
the like, the intellectual. horror.
yeah. But like, it's a preference. Yeah, so I'm totally pulling that card. But also, it's a preference. It's like Quiet Place is just. Yeah.
there's a lot of things that in Hereditary where I'm like I'm like not watching, and then with A Quiet Place, like I like have to watch almost the entire time because it's just like
it grips you.
you never
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
really don't know what's
You
going
I
have-
mean, the opening scene of just like the rocket ship, and then also the giving birth in a bathtub quietly, strongest woman performance
What can you do?
of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
What can you do?
GG's.
GG's in chat. Yeah.
Here's where things are going to get really interesting
Oh my
because
goodness.
you picked a great movie, but you picked it for a wild card,
Yeah.
Michael. And now it's really hard to argue why our wild card is better. You know what I mean?
That's why I
when you
went
have,
there.
Yeah, when you have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as your wild card pick, it's kind of like
It's a very good one.
dick move.
That's why I did that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dick move.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, also Dick Move Annihilation is also one of my favorite movies.
That
Of
was
the year?
my only like I have to punch Michael because of what he did.
I know that you enjoy that. You know that I enjoy
I loved
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
I absolutely loved
Oh
it.
wait, you do like Annihilation?
Love,
that was
love,
his
love.
like favorite horror film. of
Yeah,
all.
that would have been my first choice
for
of
some
horror.
reason I thought you must have been like, I thought you like.
That's what I was saying.
I, thought you,
I was saying
personally-
that
Personally went after him and stabbed
yeah.
him in the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
100%.
Because
Okay.
Annihilation, dude, the soundtrack alone, the scene with the bear.
Oh, No.
This is a Natalie Portman one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
You
It's
gotta see this movie.
crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's Arrival, but like on drugs.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say. It
Yeah.
has Arrival vibes, but with like Lovecraftian.
Yeah. It's
I gotta see a lot. I gotta see a lot.
It's
of
nuts.
These. I gotta
Yeah.
see a lot of these.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, batshit crazy.
the end of this movie is so
It's just crazy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy film. You don't know what's true at the end.
The only reason I'm saying this stuff is because I have Spider-Verse, and I know that
Yeah,
it's just
I mean,
like,
great pick.
yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
Annihilation was your wild card, right?
That was my
Okay.
wild card.
And-
Yeah.
And I had
It was the
Spider-
only thing that kept me alive.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people have actually watched Annihilation, but I
No.
went and saw this by myself.
I
in
think
the theater.
all of
Same.
these,
And it
are
almost pooped my
very
pants.
preference-y.
This is a completely
because-
the wild card as it should be is so different. I mean, you got a biopic.
I mean, your pick would have been my first action film. Pick.
Yes, that's why I
So
chose
that's
it in
why,
wild
yeah,
card.
yeah.
I,
I
that
agree.
was strategy. That's why I picked second. Maybe
He's got a good strat. He's got a good strat.
Good strat. Good strat.
It wasn't as good as my strat, but it was a good strat.
Yeah, I feel like whatever. Bohemian Rhapsody, good movie.
Yeah.
All weighs on Rami Malek's performance, and I think that's really just sold the movie.
I can get on board with that. I think.
Yeah, it was a solid
Yeah.
performance.
Like
Yeah.
we do obviously. I mean, it's more about. Can't think of his fucking
Freddie
name.
Mercury.
Yeah, thank you, Freddie Mercury. I'm talking about him, Freddie Mercury, but there was just a lot about it. It was also just like, as biopics are, informative. Like, I kind of forgot that he was like an immigrant from Israel.
Right?
I think
I think he's an Israeli.
Sure.
his parents were like.
Or maybe that's
And-
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek is Egyptian.
Egyptian. Okay.
I think in the movie,
Then
I think
then
they might have been of some kind of Indian descent. That's what I was under
I'm
the
not sure.
impression
I don't
of,
remember. I
but
haven't seen it
from
in 3 years.
it's yeah,
I apologize.
there-
Freddie Mercury, I think, was.
yeah.
Israeli.
Learning more about like Freddie Mercury's like, just like his time with Queen, but then also like understanding like the relationship was crazy because I knew like most bands break up,
Yes.
and then seeing him go through like his like finding out I don't know if he found out or if he always knew he was gay,
Yeah.
but
Right.
kind of like that whole
But then had to
process.
hide it
Yeah,
for-
having to
yeah.
hide it, and then
His marriage was like super weird, where they like had to. Like,
yeah,
keep
did
a front,
they
but-
even get married?
They did
They
get
did.
married.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
at first it was like love, but then she realized, and so then they just kind of like lived two separate lives.
And that
with
was
the
that was
friends
another part of that was
It was
because
super sad.
I guess it was a kind of a movie just mostly about like all of his relationships, like his relationship with her, his relationship with the band, and then with like his father and like family. Because through most of it, he's kind of trying to get his dad to
Dad's
accept
approval.
him
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like
Story of every
everything
dude's
he
life.
is.
Love it.
And then but then like him actually still caring about his wife, ex-wife, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was interesting.
he knows he like is attracted to men, but he's like that when he sees her with
He
other,
still
like,
cares about her.
yeah, he's like I don't like he still
Yeah.
wants her, and he like wants to like basically be married but
Yeah,
not be married.
for sure.
So it was like it was super sad to like learn that and
Yeah.
everything he went through.
Not that
and-
this is a knock at Rami Malek's performance, but the only slight I would say about his performance was that he didn't actually sing.
that's
Granted,
what
how could
I didn't
you?
know. I
that
didn't
was
know
could
if he
you-
did.
that was the
parallel.
controversy of like, how can you?
Yeah.
Of all voices
So,
you
like,
can imitate, that
Amen.
might be one of the
You
hardest.
look just like the guy. You acted the shit out of that role.
Mhm.
However, none of the performances,
Yeah.
and I think that's the
Right.
only thing that kept it from like really excelling was like there's no original music. There's no original.
Well, is it a musical?
True. Is it a musical? We've discussed this before on our podcast,
Yeah.
but that would be my only like. And you
I
can't even
agree.
like fault him for it
No.
because like you wanna try to rival Freddie Mercury, no one could.
No.
Well, and that's
Godspeed,
why
yeah.
I wondered. I was like, I don't think he's actually singing, but I mean, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, how are you gonna get a guy that looks like
Right.
him and sounds like him?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And moral of the story: shout out to all the dads out there. Maybe just tell your son like, "Hey, I'm proud of you." Just a thought. Yeah. Like, could save you like a lifetime of like struggle.
And then, but like the last part of the movie, them at
the end, the aid,
concert.
That's the best part.
Well, it was like, because I didn't know how. I thought maybe be one or two songs, but they go through like a whole
entire
set.
Aid
It was
performance.
basically just like the last part
10 out
of
of
it
10.
was just a concert. I'm
It
like,
was so good.
this is this John 3:16.
Amen.
I think I'm not a huge biopic fan, so Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't like shout out to me. Sure. But the best part of the film is 100% the end.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
We're talking white tank top. We're talking just belting it.
Yeah.
My God.
And then I did like seeing like all the other, because you would think, because Bohemian Rhapsody kind of hits that like in the middle or early part of the movie, but then they're like they keep going and it's like
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, the bassist is like what's
hey,
that?
Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom. You're like, bullshit. Did you come
Like,
up with that
what?
like 5 seconds? My guy. My guy.
So like, and
Yeah.
I do wonder like how much of that is like accurate, but I think they did it pretty.
Oh, I'm sure it was,
a little
yeah.
more
when
organically
you're
than
that
I think you
talented,
could.
some of that stuff is probably just like, hey, hear me out on this. Yeah.
So
Amen.
seeing like the sort of creation of Queen and what they went through was,
It's a great pick.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an honorable mention of like, hey, do you want to watch a not musical?
We do want to like one of the best performances of the year, basically.
True.
Yeah.
Of a guy who not only looked the part, but also acted the crap out of it.
That mustache, I'm sure. I don't know if it was real or not, but that was
My guy.
Mwah.
They even got like the overbite that made his like, mouth kind of stick out a little bit more.
Yeah,
no, it was.
He gets it.
Chef's kiss.
It was great.
Beautiful. I don't have too much more to say about Annihilation. I just think that it was very unpredictable. Even with watching the trailer, you would still be like, I'm curious.
No idea.
Then you would go into this movie and still not guess what's going to happen. Monstrous insanity. If you're a big fan of like Arkham, like
weird
Lovecraftian
Last
stuff,
of Us vibes and certain scenes of like
there's a lot of weird stuff going on with this movie, but like
I really need to see this.
The whole premise of the film is that basically this meteor hits a certain part of Earth. I think it's
Russia
in America.
or something.
Is it
I think
America?
it's like, I thought it was Russia.
I don't remember.
Could be.
I have no idea.
I went and saw this on a late night by myself. I was like, I gotta see this
The
film.
best way to experience this
I
film,
gotta see this
honestly.
film.
That's
It was me and 6 other people. God bless them. And it starts permeating like radiation, and whatever it touches, it melds DNA. So like all of a sudden, the alligators are trees and alligators.
Wow.
They're like fused DNA with whatever they're in.
Wow. Yeah.
And these soldiers go in to like explore what's going on, and stuff starts to happen where they're like, I think something's like crawling inside me. They cut them open and you see like tentacles inside them that doing stuff, but you don't know if it's in your mind or if it's actually happening or what you're seeing.
Some of them might just be cutting them open, and there's
and there's this iconic scene where there's this bear whose radiation power is that it produces a noise of its last victim. So it's this bear that just screams like a woman dying. And so it's crawling like secretive, like it's like very stealthy. But then when it opens its mouth, you just hear an eerie like woman scream while it's crawling through a house. You're just like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman through the whole thing is just BA and just popping off.
All right.
It pains me. It pains me deep in my heart, Nick.
To try to talk.
To talk, yeah.
100%.
Again, the only reason I can't is because Spider-Verse is probably
Spider-Verse
is just a go.
Nick out of 10.
A Nick out of 10. I absolutely love Annihilation, and I really love small sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like this.
But when you have a Nick Cage performance as Spider-Man, what am I supposed to do?
What are you gonna do?
We all know I got the dub when I picked Spider-Verse in this category.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
it's
all
the
have
best
a clear win in one category for sure.
Yeah.
I think we got the best Spider-Man movie that period.
Yeah. I really like Far From Home, but I think as a whole, I mean, it's hard to fight against 15 Spider-Men. I
do like kind of agree. Like, it's just the overall message, like anyone can be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's just
In my gut too, like the live action just feels like it was just so much. It's like they're two
more
separate.
grounded. Yeah, that's
Spider-Man,
no, it's true.
But you're right.
It's
This is
also-
the best Spider-Man.
This freaking
film.
this scene has a scene where they're running out of the lab, and a man throws a bagel at another man, and it says bagel.
No, it is.
What do you want from me?
It's easily.
What do you want?
It's easily the most creative, like one of the most creative movies.
This movie could have been awful, and it did. They just had their way with it,
Yeah,
and
now
they
there's
just
gonna
like
be mini sequels. Because
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like
they
hopefully
nailed it.
yeah they nailed this movie.
You got Jake Johnson. You got Nick Cage. You got Haley Steinfeld. You
What's the
got-
comedian guy?
You got
Spider Pig.
Oh, John Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
John
Oh,
Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
My dude. He's
And
he's
how
coming
can
back.
how can you make an origin story, and when origin stories has been done redundantly,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden have 5 origin stories or like 5 like
Yeah.
introductions of new characters
It's
in
true.
the
That's-
same movie.
And they
Yeah.
really they hit all. I mean, they put probably as many of like Spider-Man Easter eggs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean that whole like them introducing themselves is almost
It's
an Easter egg
amazing,
in
yeah.
itself because there have been so many Spider-Man already.
And-
It's like, let's do this one more time.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it goes and goes.
it's
It's like,
so good.
oh, this
the
is like now
storytelling
the
that
6th
they
Spider-Man
did and the
movie.
runtime that they had was nuts.
Yeah.
Because apart from a video game or a comic book, you can't really explore this.
And to be an animation, it makes it so much more freeing.
I
It's
know he goes back and forth, but like when I think of Kingpin, I do kind of think of Kingpin as like a Daredevil villain
Mm-hmm.
more than
Yeah.
a Spider-Man. So I was like, I liked that they were like, we're gonna do Kingpin.
It's dude being
We're-
huge.
Yeah, he's gonna
And
be
still threw
the-
quite a few of his rogues gallery in there, but Kingpin being
Oh,
the
yeah,
main one
yeah,
makes
they
sense
had,
with the New York villain.
Prowler.
Doc
Ock.
Ock, also voiced by Catherine Hahn, I think.
Oh, really? The Agatha all
Yeah,
along?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I get
I think Catherine Hahn.
enough.
And oh, what's the guy that voices Kingpin?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
He's Wolverine's brother in
Oh,
Origins.
Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Oh, Lev.
You know the good
Levy
Wolverine movie?
Schreiber.
Yeah, Leave.
Yeah.
Lee Schreiber. Something.
Schreiber.
That's something like
that
that.
guy who you saw him and then you see him and then you're like, oh yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
Well,
Lee Schreiber.
in
That's
that.
his name.
He's in like I don't know his show name, but he's in like a really.
Oh,
Yeah.
Donovan or something.
Yeah, Donovan.
Yeah,
I-
Ray
Hey,
Donovan.
Ray Donovan.
Hey,
Hey, baby.
hey, Ray Donovan.
Hey, Mamma Mia, Ray.
I think the crutch of this movie is the relationship between Miles Morales and Peter Parker,
Bada bing.
and it's just like Peter B. Parker or whatever,
Yeah.
and like Peter B. Parker is just downtrodden, and Miles
Yeah.
Morales gives him
Kinda
hope,
chubby.
and just the relationship between them is so beautiful.
I will say the trailer. I remember when the trailers were coming out, and it kind of did one of those things to me where it seemed like, I don't know if they planned it, but it seemed like it was going one way, and then it like went, because I thought it was just gonna be, I actually thought it was gonna be more Spider-Man coming in, obviously, because into the
Mhm.
Spider-Verse, but I thought it was going to be like that Peter Parker in that world, like training him, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
What if
Peter-
Spider-Man dies?
Peter
Yeah.
Parker's
Yeah.
dead,
Wild.
which
Yeah.
also is
What
hard
a
to,
play.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
Spider-Man of his world dies, so he has to step up. And It's
Mhm.
like, damn, dude.
it's a wild one. It's a wild.
So
one.
Great
good.
film.
Yeah.
Great film.
It's hard. It's
You
hard.
can throw it on if you want to like
Just watch
date
it in the
night.
bed. Yeah.
You want a family night.
I put
you
it on
want a action night.
when it was on
whatever.
Netflix.
You want to watch
I
the
put it
best
on a
Spider-Man
lot.
movie. You want to watch the best movie of 2018. You want to watch the best wild card pick on this selection. I don't know. Just naming some things.
It was a great wild card pick.
It's a great
It was a
wild-
flex.
It's a great pick.
I think there's very clear winners for 3 of our categories,
agree.
and the rest are up to the audience.
So what?
And
are
God
we-
bless
yeah.
you, audience.
The clear pick is Infinity War for you.
Yes.
I think comedy, Crazy Rich Asians for you.
Correct.
And then wild card, Spider-Verse.
100%. I agree with all that. I
The
think our
other two,
horror
who can you
pick-
tell?
could be anyone, and I think the
Drama
is,
knows?
It's all,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a very
drama's
it's a very
gonna
preference.
be the clear, because I think horror is gonna be, I don't know. I don't know if Overlord. I could see Overlord winning because it's kind of comedic horror. I could see Hereditary picking because it's just like top tier.
Yeah.
I could see Quiet Place winning because it's so
It's
unique.
popular. Yeah.
And then I
unique
think
change.
drama is just your preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want something serious? Do you want something serious? Or do you want something serious? So it's like, I don't know. What
Yeah.
you want. Do you want
They're all serious in
drug
different
abuse?
ways,
Do
which
you
is
want,
weird.
You know, like
Drug abuse, but
alcohol and
music.
suicide. And do you want, racism? So it's like, okay, Godspeed. Darkness.
We have-
Darkness. Yeah, these are three very distinct but all very good lists.
This went very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
No, but great list.
I'm happy with my list. Is
We're
everyone
never
happy?
gonna not do this alone. We're gonna have to have a third person.
Oh, yeah, we have to
every
have a
time.
third
I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll come back and do another
Please
one of
do.
these. Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime you want me.
Oh, jeez.
Anytime you want me.
Well, people, we're gonna really need you to vote this time.
This is a big one.
Yeah, we have to know.
Nate or whoever that guy who reviewed who
Shouts
gave you
to
guys
Nate.
Nate Dub,
Nate Dub.
He's the deciding factor.
My
If there's
guy.
somehow a
Mhm.
tie or anything, we just
Get-
go to Nate.
review us one more
Get-
time, my guy.
Get your mom, get your dad, get whoever.
Get your hands up.
Get
yeah,
your freaking
get your
hands up.
fucking hands up.
Just get on out of your seats and go to notusunited at notusunitedpod at gmail.com. Send us your thoughts.
Yes, like, subscribe, do all the things, comment.
That's right.
We need to know
We need to know.
because this isn't settled.
This is. I don't think this is.
no.
This is not settled. Like I don't think there's a clear winner at all.
It's more. These are all
we
gonna
could
be.
fight
These
this
are these are
every
probably
month.
going to be more unsettled now that you're going to be doing 3
Mhm.
people at a time, or more than likely
It's
do
a
3 at a
beautiful
time.
mix because 2 is it's whoever makes the first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3, it's like we're all gonna pick the right movies. It's who's gonna get the best like 4th and 5th picks because
Yeah,
who
we all have
knows?
like at least 3 strong picks. I feel like.
correct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel very confident about my list.
I feel very confident about
I feel good. I feel
You
good about
very
mine.
should,
I feel
yeah.
good about
You
it.
all, we all have good lists.
your first 2 picks alone are maybe even enough just to carry you, just for
Was
sheer
my-
one popularity and 2 Academy
My
Awards.
sec-
Because Star is more than one, quite a bit.
That
At
was-
least
Yeah,
they
no,
nominate
yeah.
a bunch.
That was a massive hit of a
Yeah.
movie.
Okay, well, that was the 2018 movie draft.
Yeah.
You probably haven't heard any 2018 movie drafts, but you have heard from us. Not Us United. Boom.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You've just listened to Not Us United. You can find us under Not Us United on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Please leave us a review and consider subscribing to our podcast. You can reach out for future podcast topic suggestions at notusunitedpod@gmail.com.